my first whistle.
Jam, you will go now because it's live. Players,
All right,
stand
all
by.
right, all right. Calm down, everyone. Calm down. All right, welcome back to our recurring viewers. I don't even know if we have any yet. This is Alterra, where Final Fantasy meets Discworld, and far too many memes. Far too many memes.
Not enough memes, is what I think.
We are
Never
continuing.
enough.
Yep, we are continuing our final adventure in the Kill Score Mercenaries Season 1 lineup. Episode 12, The Rogue Solar, Part 3, Forbiddance, Knowledge's Damnation. After our players have jumped down a hole from the upper layer of Noire, the divine plane of knowledge, into its lower recesses, a place that is dark, red, and filled with cubicles. Oh. Very quick introduction of each player, just to put names to faces for those who want a quick reminder and haven't seen an episode and never. Grognar, let's start with you. Who are you? What are you? What do you sound like?
Hi, I'm Bob. I will be playing Grognar the Mighty. This is how I sound for Grognar.
Fair. Can't argue with that. Nana Muffins.
Hello, I'm Nana Muffins, and I'm paid by TR. Or the other way around, who knows?
Who knows
Tia.
at this point? Do we play our characters, or have our characters just broken free from some dark recess of our heart to take over? Wolfie.
Yeah. Hi, I am Lorcan Gnome, the shit-talking dragonborn. And I'm Fenris Bane on Twitch. Hi! I'm the hyper one.
Yeah, type one. Milik.
Hi, I'm Neil, and I'll be playing Millig Hammerfist, the angry dwarf who is an angry tapeworm.
Fantastic.
Vicious.
It's true.
He's
They're
taking
the
up the
bane of
mantle.
so many gargantuan creatures. Rusty.
And I'm Ben. I'm playing Rusty, the what was the word?
Antagonistic.
Artificer?
Antagonistic. Yeah, that's one.
I got you.
Antagonistic little halfling who likes to shoot things with his gun, and quite often gets banished.
Yep.
And has a
Dear
very
God.
bad Irish accent.
Don't worry, Rusty will be the one causing the TPK that is to come. Devils do not take kindly to shit.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, just went down to essentially the knowledge hell.
Damnation of knowledge. Forbiddance. So there you go. That is our players today. Previously you had tracked yourself to a dwarf bar in heaven. Managed to solve the very inconvenient methods of the dwarfs in order to find the knowledge of where the Solar, having leaked divine blood and ooze everywhere, had actually gone through the bar. Since the bar does get regularly cleaned, it had been mopped up. Finally coming to a hole in their cellar that led down into Forbiddance, you very briefly met a golden warforged in a very flowing coat called Shush. Although I'm not actually sure you ever learned their name was Shush.
We
We
got
did
the
not.
name.
You'll
the other
eventually
one.
find out. And their sidekick, Seaborn.
Yeah.
Apparently, you'd also just heard ruckus from above, indicating, as well as your scanner had indicated, that the Lord of the Hunt had just arrived at the entrance of the bar and is hot on your tails. You have jumped down the hole, having Featherfall at the bottom, and you are now floating into what is essentially a gargantuan cavern that stretches as far as your dark vision will allow you to see in the limited light that is down here. It is dim lit and tinted red, because, sometimes you gotta go with a stereotype in hell. And there are just corridors of cubicles as you are floating down into a space in the center. And as you're, for those with the more higher perception, so particularly Lachlan, anyone else with a decent passive perception, you notice that in each cubicle, since you can see through the roofs as you're floating down, there are a numerous variety of races, each chained to a desk, looking into what can only be described as a fiendish-looking scrying ball, with what appears to be a notepad next to them. Probably you can see some wear and tear on their arms. Their eyes appear to have been forced open by devilish contraptions. And, well, they look like they've been through hell, really.
Mhm.
But
Really?
With that, you can also see just off in the distance some patrolling figures, what look to be, for the player's knowledge, what look to be almost modrons, these small robotic creatures, but with a more devilish design to them, and they've got little metallic horns and tritons as they're patrolling the corridors, keeping guard. Now, technically, the gods have said a no interference, but devils aren't as aren't as known to honor the wording of a command as devas are. So you might want to exercise a little bit of caution. But unfortunately, I don't have a map for this segment because apparently I just could not find a devilish-inspired office building. I know, it was a real shame.
Just look up accountant, like accountant's building, and you'll probably find one.
Or lawyer.
Yeah,
Call a
but
lawyer.
finding one in a cavern tinted red with a medieval D&D aesthetic. Apparently asking
How-
too much.
Yeah.
I think there's actually animations where there's something similar to that.
There is, yes, there are definitely.
Well, if anyone has an image, they can throw it my way, and I'll throw it up
Oh.
on the board at least for
I'll see
a
what I can-
background image.
Let's see if I can find one.
But for now, we're going to do a little bit of theater of the mind until you get to one of the locations that I could actually find a map for.
Hmm.
But you have just situated down. There's no patrolling guards near you, and there are alleyways of cubicles all around you. What would you like to do?
Well,
No one's gonna just
This
have
looks
a
nice.
yeah.
well, Grog,
No one's gonna have a look around. Can he peer over the cubicles? Because I'm huge.
Because you're huge, yeah, they're your standard kind of office cubicles. You imagine they're probably what, like 3.5, maybe 4 feet tall.
Grognar swigs another potion as he
Jesus
reaches
Christ.
the floor.
Does anyone have any stones ascending?
No, unfortunately.
I was just
No, I
gonna
don't
say-
believe
say-
so.
What?
I was
Huh?
just gonna say, if we could let the boys up the top there know it's safe to come down.
I just peer up as well. It's like, don't think we can reach.
Well, that's why we use sending, because it would just go to them. Doesn't matter how
Oh,
far away they are. They can be on a different plane.
We could just try shouting really loud.
Yeah, lock them. Shout up there. Tell them it's safe.
safe! And look, just bellows it out. Nah, doesn't hurt me.
You get no response
Yeah.
back. Your voice seems to be lost in the cavern. Let's give the cavern maybe 500 feet ceiling. Quite a tall, large cavern. Gotta have room for flying devils.
Oh yeah.
Of course.
It's more efficient, honestly. It's not some of the stacks of paperwork. They reach that high.
or does anyone have like shatter or something that they can cast in there to like make a big boom or anything?
I don't think that encourages it safe if they hear a
No,
massive
not really.
cataclysmic boom at the bottom where they just saw a bunch of people
That
fall.
can't be good.
It's like, well, we know it's not safe. Got it.
What is this place? Grognar just go suddenly looking at the cubicles, going, "I've never seen anything like this before."
Welcome to... I don't know.
It's an interesting smell.
London?
There is.
Are the cubicles laid out in very much a grid pattern?
Yes, they are. This is our background image for now. Just imagine there's a cavern in your ceiling.
Where'd it go? It's like I haven't found it, but I found an amazing office worker demon that I think I'll PM to you.
it's just an office cubicle that's just red.
Yeah, that'll do for now until I can find something better.
I honestly can't find anything better either. So
Yeah, you know they exist somewhere. It's just surprisingly hard to find them.
yeah, that's the picture I found.
So-
By the way.
So, are we essentially in the middle of all these cubicles then?
Yes, you have landed in a small kind of opening between rows of cubicles. Almost, just for the sake of why not, there's actually a water cooler just to your right. This clearly looks like some sort of gathering intersection between the cubicle aisles.
Right.
So we're having that, right?
So it's kind of like a little breakout area sort of thing.
Yellow breakout area. There's a little table next to it. Maybe there's some cups and some very questionable food items on the table. The actual liquid inside seems to be a black tar rather than water, though.
Does it look flammable?
Grognar, I'll give you a silver.
How
if
would you
break it
tell?
down.
Give me an intelligence insight check.
Oh, okay. This is gonna be good. So it's just an intelligence check.
And you,
It might be
goes on
flammable.
fire.
It might be
does
flammable.
Flammable.
It might be flammable. It does
It
seem to have
evaporates.
the texture of some form of tar.
oh, I'm sorry, I've been drinking a lot of potions. I don't want to drink whatever that
Don't want
is. I don't need any more liquids.
You can just ask
Don't
where
worry,
the
Grognar.
toilets
It's
are.
not a liquid by the feel of it.
Nana, are
It's
you able
basically
to?
a solid.
Are you able to cast any flame spells or anything? Just like any free ones.
Ba, ba, ba.
Grognar goes
No.
up.
No, is the honest answer.
Grognar goes up and jiggles it to see if it looks
I'm
solid
sure.
or liquid.
And the cup upside down stays.
You do so. There's a slight wiggle, but it's very ooze-like. It's got a very like jello texture to it.
Which you know what you've done, don't you?
Have they?
that?
Have they?
You know what you've done. You've given us a thing to interact with.
You've given
that
us
is
a shiny
ours.
ball.
I like the
Yeah,
idea of the devils taking a stop at the tar coolant
Yeah.
and having a
you've-
fiery drink.
what you've done is you've dangled a piece of string in a bunch of cats.
Yeah.
Have
I realise I can test if it's flammable or not.
have they turned? Have they
I'm
turned
just gonna-
the divinity ooze into some black liquid now?
None's gonna hold the greatsword very carefully and just let the rocket see if it ignites.
Rusty hides in
Dip
one
the
of the
tip in.
books.
It'll explode. It's not on the cooler, by the way. It's like I put it on the floor a good bit away and like just from a distance go. Wonder if this works.
All right, let's find out. Let's find out if you're close enough here. That's a positive result. You can definitely see a bubble or two popping up. You're pretty sure that it definitely seems to be reacting to the heat. However, it's also incredibly hot down here. So maybe if direct contact it might explode, but from the distance, the safe distance you're keeping, it doesn't seem to be doing anything more than the environment would.
Grognar, we need
Grognar,
that.
no, Grognar jerks as you sees the sword beside you and pulls the thing, the whole bug, the whole water cooler bit out. What are you doing?
We need that. It'll be useful later.
Well, I have it now, apparently,
Cool, we're good.
and
Let's continue.
turn it the right way up so the liquid's not, well, whatever it is, isn't pouring out. Okay, where are we?
That's fine. It's in a water cooler. You have to like press the button, like pull a lever to get it come out. It's not just
Right,
dripping.
he's taking the bottle
Bottle.
off the top.
Grognar's
Yeah,
taking
Oh,
the
yeah, you
barrel
take the
off.
bottle, turn it up.
Yeah.
That's fair.
I took.
You know
I
how what is it, like a barrel,
yeah.
a water barrel? What the hell do you call them?
Yeah.
MD.
War jug.
Big ass water bottle.
Jug, isn't it?
All right, you got a jug. You got a large jug of this black ooze-like tar substance that seems to be flammable to a decent temperature point.
Okay, where am I taking it?
Nowhere yet.
Yeah.
Just put it in your bag for later.
I mean, you might be able to throw it at someone and then maybe use it to catch them on fire. Well, it might put some fire out. We don't know. We don't know what it is.
I
So I
put
thought-
I put it in the bag with the very drunken cat.
Have you just put the open-topped bottle into your bag?
The right way up. The way up
Yeah, but,
that's not actually going
Maybe
to
put
pour.
a-
It's right way up.
Pouring it.
Stopper in it.
Maybe
Yeah,
put a
that's it.
cork in it.
Does anyone have a cork? Grognar does it. Oh, Grognar sees he's very old Danish and sticks it in.
It's stale.
So still, it's basically like concrete at this point. It'll be fine.
Even though I think magically his what he made
Shh.
don't.
They still have the healing effect, doesn't say they can't go stale. You eat this rock of healing at this point.
Yeah.
You damage your teeth, but
It's like a jawbreaker.
Jawbreaker Danish.
Yeah.
or a Danish jawbreaker.
No, that's just some bloke. He's just some huge guy.
Yeah, so whilst all that's going on, Rusty's pulled out his bag of tricks and thrown one of the things on the ground, and it has turned into a baboon.
It's turned into a baboon. Okay, yeah, fair.
If this is a HR area, there's got to be a notice board somewhere
It's not a
of
pet.
what's been
It's...
happening.
Gruckner still starts scratching his head when he starts hearing notice board. What are you on about?
Words
Have you
on a
never
plank.
worked in an office?
What's an
No.
office?
Like gestures around.
This.
And yet less hot.
No, about the same heat, I think, actually. Just less.
I-
They actually
Depends
probably
if the
have...
AC's working
most-
or not.
Most people in offices actually look more soul-drained than in here. They actually look quite well taken care of compared to...
Gruckner's world does not have things like offices.
I mean, has anyone actually seen anyone yet?
Yeah.
We've
Yeah,
seen some.
there are people in the
Russians.
cubicles.
There's like that guy, and that guy, and that guy.
Right.
and her.
Okay. I wasn't sure if we'd actually seen anyone on it yet. Right.
Yeah, as you're flowing down, you got to see that there are people in the cubicles, chained to desks, watching a hellish, inscribed scrying ball, and there are small devil modrons wandering the corridors. Not anywhere near you, but given the noise you're making, probably ascending on you at some point.
So,
Gruckner
Did
waves to
the-
some of the people in the cubicles.
Yeah.
Hello.
what are the people in the cubicles? Are they just humanoids or?
They are a variety of Noid races. As you're looking around, you can see elves, dwarf, tabaxi, warforged. If you spend enough time, you'll eventually find somebody of every race.
Okay.
So,
It doesn't matter, it's more the languages that matter.
so where's this blob move on from here?
So Rusty will pull out a one of magic detection, and just cast detect magic.
Does the entire world ping?
Probably, yeah.
We're in hell.
This office will totally light up.
So why did you summon the baboon? Out of curiosity.
I mean, it could have been something. Could have been something. Could have been something useful. And
It might be useful.
to be honest, I've had this thing in my bag for ages, and I've never actually used it.
Oh, yeah.
And it's not suffocated yet.
Oh, so it's a little fuzzy ball. When you throw it, it has a chance to turn into like one of 8 different things.
Ah, like this. And I pull out the bowl of water.
But as you cast the detect magic, I need you to make me a wisdom saving throw against an effect of the terrain.
Okay, is it against being frightened?
It is not. It is against being
Okay.
blinded.
Oh. Let's see what happens, and I am now blind.
As you
You
cast
don't
your
see what
spell,
happens.
the
That's
magic
problem.
exuding from the wand, suddenly you feel the knowledge of your sight vanish as the world goes pitch black around you.
Without doing anything, Rusty's just gonna hold up the wand and just bash it, tap it in his hand. Like, why is this thing not working?
Yeah.
I think I've got a defective wand here. Everything's just gone black.
Huh?
You wave the wand
You
and
got
everything's
batteries
gone.
in
It's still fine. I just wave a hand in front of Rusty's face.
Rusty
I
sees
can't-
nothing.
I can't see anything. Where are you boys?
Right, we're right next to you. Okay, so don't use weird magic wands here. Got it. I'm just
Somebody want to carry Rusty?
No,
Rusty is going.
no. Last time I tried to carry him. He threatened to kill me.
You kind of just picked him up out of the blue, dude.
Yeah.
And
Rusty is going
be fair-
to. Yeah, Rusty's going to cast the dispel magic on himself.
Oh, I can do one better actually if that doesn't work.
Let's see.
Is it magic?
I think it technically works. Yes.
Okay.
Probably not for the reasons you think, but it works.
As long as it works.
As all magical effects on you vanish.
Oh. Oh.
Okay.
That
And
might not be
then-
good.
Then
Let's
I
have lesser
will...
restoration.
That's fine.
Actually,
then
quick
I'm-
question: did you have Death Ward on yourself?
No.
Okay, because I think technically you can try and choose an effect. Generally, you'd have to see or know of the effect there. So I'm
Mhm.
going to assume that you targeted yourself.
Yeah, I just targeted myself because I didn't know what was affecting me.
Yeah, there was a chance there. If you had Death Ward, you might have accidentally dispelled your Death Ward as well.
It's a spell, it says on it. So
Yeah. Any spell, choose one creature, object, or magical effect within the range. Any spell, third level low on the target ends for each spell, 4 for higher. Need to make an ability check.
and Death Ward, I believe, is higher. So.
Yeah, it wouldn't have automatically dispel. You have to make a check, which is why I was asking.
Mhm.
Since you'd have to choose a creature, since you didn't know what the magical effect was.
Yeah, so I chose myself, and I didn't have any Death Ward on, so.
Cool.
Anything.
That works.
So that would
I'm
have
just gonna-
also dispelled my wand. So I'm gonna wave it again, see what happens.
That's
I was
fucking
gonna put up
Hive City
another
from
hellscape on
40k.
you specific.
It's a Hive City from 40k.
Yeah, but it looks hellish, and I like it. Just assume there's just cubicles everywhere, and the
Yeah.
background consists.
I like the Thunderhawks.
So
But as you
I've,
cast
um,
detect
yep.
magic, I need you to make me another wisdom save.
Another wisdom.
Okay, so I think I still got cubicles here.
11.
It's a bit better.
From
Suddenly, your vision goes black.
Actually, I would have guided myself because
Oh yeah, that's fine. You can do so.
something might
Yep.
have happened. Where's my guidance? D4. So
This
that
looks
takes me to
interesting.
13.
A 13 as your vision goes black.
Okay.
damn it! I'm gonna just lesser restoration you so you don't dispel anything else. Bam!
As you do so, your vision returns for a split second before your vision goes black. Like I said, force another save. Go ahead and give me another wisdom save, because there's a chance it has to reapply.
18.
18. As you push through the effect that converts all sight-based spells or knowledge-based spells and are able to bypass the twist of the spell in order to actually see the world light up with magic around you. Your vision still intact.
Interesting.
Are you
doesn't-
right there, Rusty?
Holding up 2
Yes.
fingers in front of him. How many fingers do I have?
Do you know how many fingers you've got up?
Yes, 2. Oh crap!
Okay.
I told him.
But apart from your
Okay.
allies lighting up like Christmas trees, I assume,
Yeah.
you also, as you're kind of having a look around, the plane itself isn't. It's giving off a soft glow of magic, of this kind of blackish red, just because it is by nature divine, only necrotically, fiendishly divine. But as you're going to peek in at cubicles, you notice that chains are enhanced. The scrying ball is giving off divination magic. The pens and pads next to them are also giving off illusion magic.
I mean,
I
I
think-
would have assumed that the chains were silver arcanite.
Nope, they're just magically enhanced divine chains.
Gotcha.
Ah, wait.
The divine don't tend to use arcanite because arcanite is a mortal. It's from the arcanite's prime evils. It's a conduit to the weave. The gods don't need it.
I pull out the jug that I just got and go, "Is this magic?"
I was actually going to ask that as well.
What,
Yeah.
yeah. So look at the jug from the fountain. Is it magical?
I'll say the bottle itself is enhanced or abjurationed.
Hmm.
The liquid inside it is a natural phenomenon.
Ah, it is actually tar.
Yeah. Well, it's either tar or it's like liquid sulfur or something.
Yeah. Does it smell of eggs?
Yeah, does it smell of eggs?
You know, I do like the idea of that it has a bit of sulfur in it, so yes.
Yeah.
As you take a whiff of it from the top, just as Grognar is walking around, you're getting this trail of sulfur because the stale bagel isn't quite suffering the aroma coming out of it.
The stale magical
Also-
bagel.
That stale magical bagel, while magical does not mean it's somehow stronger, otherwise you shouldn't be able to eat it. But that stale bagel has very quickly disintegrated from the sulfur aroma.
LPT's fur is gonna be covered in this stuff then.
Have we got have we got better stopper than old Danish?
I'm actually looking through my.
Yeah.
What do I
As
have?
you're looking around, you don't see any divine ooze blood trail down here. It looks like if there was any trail, it's either been cleaned away or the divinity ooze itself seems to have patched itself up to stop the trail.
Hmm.
Unfortunately, the track has just become harder to follow.
Okay.
Yes, but as you guys are kind of thinking about looking at all this and finding a way to stop the infuriating smell of sulfur that is now just blocking the noses of everyone in the party, Lachlan, you start to hear the click-clack of metal feet on this kind of obsidian carpet way that just expands the horizon. I don't know what the hell office has the carpet.
Obsidian carpet is one of the
Jesus,
best
carpet
metal images I've ever
tiles.
heard of, so
Yep.
I'm happy with
Obsidian
that.
carpet just sliding everywhere.
Yeah.
Looking at
We should get
Laminate.
going. Basically, I listened to where the sound's coming from and go, we should go that way. Grognar, duck your head.
Grog,
It is coming three directions from your northeast, your east, and your southeast. It seems that they are approaching towards you. The sounds you can hear, you can see shadows moving of these fiendish modrons.
Grog,
We are going west.
Grognar,
West it is.
Grognar looking at the orb, the scrying or things. Would that plug it?
We'll deal with it later.
Okay.
Let's get moving. And then
Grognar.
Nord is actually is like bent almost double, trying to just get below all these.
Put a finger in it.
He's like 4.5 feet too tall.
Grognar is ducking down as well, holding the jug in front of him.
Alright, for those who are taller than 5 feet, I'm gonna need a stealth check at disadvantage.
I'm already at disadvantage.
I am at disadvantage, which is
for
neutralized
you.
by my advantage.
And for those who are small, you can just get regular stealth because you are actually obscured.
I have 2 sets of disadvantage and 1 set of advantage, which all cancels itself, right? Or
Yep.
does it have stacking?
That is correct. No, you can only cancel them one or twice.
19.
Oh, nice. What is a Noiri drone's passive? Let's have a look here.
Probably better than 11.
Ooh, pretty good actually.
Can I
Definitely better than
please
11.
come in?
What was that, Neil?
I was just asking if I could see these come in.
What the drones?
Oh,
You can.
Sorry. Then.
I
Sorry,
say
no,
stealth
never mind.
index.
Oh, yeah.
No,
you're trying to step away from the drones.
Dex based.
So let's see. Have enough people passed?
Oh!
Yes.
No.
3 failures out of 5. Ooh, yeah. Unfortunately, while
15's a
while
failure?
Lachlan and Rusty. Oh no, Rusty's got 2. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong Rusty. Rusty gone. Oh yeah, well, Rusty
Rusty
already.
got the same as me.
happened
So if I
then?
pass, then Rusty's
And
fast.
Lachlan and Rusty managed to successfully stealth out of the party. You turn back as you just hear the rest of your colleagues making quite the ruckus. As I'm going to put Grognar in the middle, just so that everyone behind Grognar is just getting an eye-watering noseful of sulfur. That is making it incredibly hard for you guys to stealth.
Actually, would make sense that Rusty and Norman up front, since they're the two that can kind of track. Essentially, so that makes sense.
Yeah, that's fair. As
Milk is just
Grognar,
repulsed
Nana,
by the
Nilik.
smell.
Yeah, I'm
It's-
surprised.
Ah, Jesus. God, fucking
I mean-
reeks.
We must have something to plug this up.
Yes.
Grognar, just drop it. It's not going to be useful.
Grognar just slings it behind him.
Throw it into one of the cubicles.
Grognar slings it right behind him.
Yeah, wait. If it pours over the floor, it might get him stuck.
Not if he throws it behind everybody.
Yeah, but no, they might get the people chasing us stuck.
Ah, right. Ah, I thought you mean it was going to be a bad thing.
No, good thing.
It's like,
Beneficial
yeah,
effect.
Yeah. Yeah.
We just set down a freaking Mario Kart trap. Just put a banana.
No, that's banana skins.
Would you like me to roll a destiny where it's a good thing or a bad thing or where it goes?
Those aren't destinies, those are fate rolls.
Fate.
Yeah.
But no,
You
no.
can
If
roll
you're
your
throwing it
20
behind
if
you,
want.
if you're throwing it randomly, sure. But if you're just throwing it behind you, I think that's fair as to where it's gonna land.
Yeah.
But you do so,
Yeah.
and the party scurries forward. However, you still appear to have caught the attention of these wardens of the lower plane, as you start to see shadows moving towards you, actually starting to flank you now on either side. It seems they've come to investigate. You still haven't caught direct line of sight, and they haven't seen you yet, but it's only a matter of time. They seem to be cutting off your escapes. What would the party like to do?
Yeah, because they would have just seen a jug fly up in there and land as well.
There's also that.
That's unusual.
Any ideas?
Grognar has one.
I've got one as well. Can we see?
How
We can see down the corridors, can't we?
can I see?
Yes.
How sturdy are the cubicles?
Reasonably.
Plastic.
Don't lean too hard.
They are breakable if you are determined, yes.
I want to see if I can cause a cascading effect of
Oh,
the things
I just-
falling.
I just had a different idea. If
You
we
may
move,
attempt to do so.
if we move enough cubicle walls, do you think we could cut off their escape, routes that they think we can go, and they can go different ways?
You're gonna try and rearrange like a maze. Are you
Yeah.
doing that?
Yeah. You think
I'm
that?
I'm just going to cause a distraction first, and I'm going to look down, spot two people 60 feet away, and just stab their minds so they scream.
Two of the imprisoned souls or the guards?
Imprisoned souls.
Imprisoned souls. Okay, well they
I'm not
automatically fail.
happy with
Alert
my
the
choice.
guards.
Well, two of the poor sods who are already being tortured get just a little bit extra torture as you mind sliver them
Do they scream?
as they wail in agashment. And then, all right, so
We've discovered a banshee.
it's you're about to make a banshee. That's right. It sounds like Grognar is gonna start pushing walls down. Rusty wants to start slotting them behind them to make a maze.
That was me. That was
No,
no,
that was Falcon.
That was me.
Oh yeah, that was Lachlan wants to do it.
Rusty's not taking credit for that.
And as
Yeah,
mind
no.
slivering people, what is Rusty
Distraction.
and Milik doing?
Distraction.
So, are there like in the image there? Are there actually roof tiles?
No, there's a cavernous ceiling,
Right. Okay.
500 feet up.
Okay. So Rusty is gonna pull Spark into one of the cubicles And Spark still looks like an owlbear, by the way.
Okay. Yeah, fair.
Yeah, so Rusty and Spark are in one of the cubicles, stealthing.
Actually, you just get a stealth in a cubicle.
Hi.
Yeah. So Rusty rolls a 23 stealth, and
That's fine. You already Okay,
Oh.
so you're splitting off from the party effectively as they all do their shenanigans.
yeah. So I'm just like, oh, yeah.
All right, if that's what you want to do, that's fair.
And Spark rolled a 4.
For dexterity.
Punches through a wall.
Rusty Spark doesn't have an actual stealth stat, so it's just his dex.
What would Millig like to do while Rusty has vanished from sight to go hide, and Grognar and Lachlan are rearranging the furniture?
At the moment, Millig's just standing there, his hand over his mouth, saying, "Well, can put a wall in there. Rearrange the furniture, build walls, better
You're gonna-
cubicles,
You're gonna foreman
Definitely
this
spirit.
shit.
interior design."
Yeah, no
Alright.
one's gonna do it. Just...
This is going to be a skill challenge to see if you can cause enough goddamn chaos. You just prevent the guards from catching you. As Grognar, let's start with you, since yours is pretty basic. It's a strength-based check. I will accept athletics. I think athletics is the only thing that applies here. So go ahead and roll me athletics. All right, fair 15, not bad. This will determine your level of success. Lachlan, you are trying to intelligently move things about. So I will allow either some sort of strength deception, or I feel like there's more to skill here than just athletics. You can easily pick up the wall, but I want
Sleight of hand.
to see how well you can place the wands. No, because this comes down to just how well you can actually create like a convincing corridor. So I'm gonna go with strength deception.
It's just strength. And then a 19. A lot of 19s
Alright.
today for me.
While you may not be proficient at strength deception, you can definitely move those walls around. And then let's see, Rusty and Nana are already doing it. Their things, that's fine. Millig, as you try to help Lachlan out, rearranging in the best places, do you have any skills or experience with building layouts or architecture or interior design?
Here's the dwarf thing.
Stone
I've got my
cunning.
stonemasonry.
Yeah, but you see, these walls are made of something, and I don't think it's stone.
Hey, from me shake.
Let's
You're in
see.
the flesh tunnel.
Give me a flat intelligence check to see how much you actually help Lachlan rearrange the interior furniture. Alright.
Oh, Jesus.
Well,
Yep.
am I following your advice?
As Lachlan, you just make the wise move to not follow that advice. As Millig feels very chuffed with themselves, not realizing that they are giving terrible advice and directions.
Call foreman.
As Millig, you stand at the center of chaos as Grognar starts knocking down entire rows of just cubicle walls like dominoes expanding out in a web. And Lachlan is very quickly rearranging all of the walls to create a maze-like structure, blocking off pathways and creating diversions. As for a second, the fiendish guards are distracted by wailing imprisoned inmates, and Rusty is nowhere to be seen. The party have successfully created a diversion and blocked off the path of the guards, who are now in such confused state as to
And
what
there-
the hell is going on.
There's also a confused baboon just wandering around these
And suddenly now a patrol of the guards has to go chase down a baboon to figure out what the hell, how that got here.
They'll just plug it in. It'll say it's been damned somehow. It did something.
The players are able to retreat to a nearby section of the never-ending expanse of cubicles where there don't appear to be any guards patrolling nearby. It seems that there aren't as many guards as there is just sheer expanse of this lair. Mostly because it doesn't seem like there is anything to guard. The prisoners are all chained, watching their scribe balls, and you've not noticed any doorways or anything in the center of this maze of cubicles. You only arrive by blasting through a hole or falling through a hole in the ceiling.
No jumping.
You managed to successfully get a decent distance away from any patrolling guards, far enough away from when you made any noise, but you are pretty sure that it was the commotion you caused that drew the attention of the wandering guards initially, and that any continued commotion will draw a second batch of nearby guards eventually. But for now, you have it is quieted down. Rusty, you could easily just slink through all of the cubicles if you want to follow the party, or if you want to go off and do your own thing. It will be up to you. But the party have arrived at, let's say, a second intersection further away now. Although it's hard to tell, the never changing landscape around you. Even if you look up and you see these distant monuments, these distant cliffs and hills and mountains, they're so far away, and this maze of cubicles is so repeating. It's difficult to really tell how far you've traveled.
That was fun.
It worked. I've got another idea. Grogner,
Yes.
there's another water cooler there. Take it off again, and every time we see one that we've taken the water cooler away from, we know we've gone past here before, so we don't go in circles.
Okay.
I mean, you can do that, or you can just pour it out behind us so you can leave a trail.
Okay.
True. Yeah.
It goes up and picks up the water cooler again. Starts holding it in one arm so it's pouring it behind him. Okay. Lead the way.
Where are we
Somebody
going?
drops a cigarette. Vroom.
Boom!
Well, where are we going, or this is just gonna end up in a
Yeah.
big puddle behind me?
Yeah.
What way are you going? The
Uh,
landscape all
Really?
looks
No.
the same.
Yeah, I guess since we can't use magic tracking, I guess I'll do my best to see if I can figure out where the hell this thing went. I'm gonna look around and see if I can find any of the similar telltale signs that I managed to identify up on the surface
Alright,
of
fair.
path of blob solar.
Now you
Yeah,
have moved
but-
away from the entry point, so this is going to be a harder check to try and re-find the trail, having potentially gone in the wrong direction. So go ahead and give me a. This would be a survival check.
26!
Oh, nice.
Okay. Somehow, even though you scattered in a random direction, the fates are shining upon you, as after only a few moments of searching the nearby cubicles, pathways, and corridors, or I guess valleys, not really corridors, there's no ceiling, valleys of cubicle walls, you eventually start to come across a segment of the cubicles in which the residents inside seem to be acting different to those outside. They seem to be staring into a scorching white, almost like a bulb that's exploded and exposed, leaving the actual shell just a white, obscure skin orbs, as they just sit there staring at the white orbs.
Well, I think we found where the ooze came through.
Right, what do you see?
Well, that's probably a bad sign, right? And I just
You
point
can
to
either investigate one of the cubicles, or you can follow the trail. What would you like to do?
Well, I think we should. We don't want to check the cubicles, because otherwise, I think we should just keep going on.
Keep going. Can I check the little tracker on the Lord of the Hunt to see if we have a ping for him?
Yes, you are still technically on the same plane. You're just in a different region. Yes, it is pointing up still.
Okay.
Up at an angle, back towards
Yeah.
the hole.
He's still up there, so we still have a little bit of time, but yes. Track away. Go on.
And I start heading towards the pathway, essentially.
All right, you do so. You continue following, watching for these white orbs that appear to have been scorched by the presence of the divinity ooze in his solar form. And you follow and track through the realm of Forbiddance. And eventually, though, you hear sounds ahead of you of a patrol guard coming down a tangential corridor directly in the path that you're going. How would you like to react? You can stop and stealth, hope that they pass you by, or you can be bold and try to outrun them essentially before they turn the area that you're at.
How far away did they sound? Like, are they around like a couple corners and they will go into it, or is there like a direct path that they can see?
It's not a direct path you can see yet. You're hearing a group just slightly off. You're more using your ears than your sight, but you can see some flickers of shadows maybe 60, 90 feet away from you. But it appears that they will eventually arrive at a line of sight just because of the kind of grid-like nature of these rows.
Okay, I've got an idea. We'll move a cubicle wall again and make it just a dead end that they can't go through, and they'll have to go a different route.
Does the trail stop following us now with the liquid I've been pouring out behind us?
Limited.
It's probably been a while.
It has been a while. You've been tracking through this place for 10 minutes now, feeling the warmth on your skin, the smell of sulfur in your nose, particularly strong around Grognar. But you're able to easily move the cubicle in front of you. What would you like to do? Stay there and essentially use it as a obscuring barrier, or continue moving?
I think we should hunker down and stealth here. It'll be a little easier to just let them pass.
Well, tempt it.
Grognar puts the bottle down somewhere and go, okay.
It also depends on how well these guys know this area. They might know something's up if they come to a dead end.
Well, we do have another option, but it's only a one-time thing. We can, and I hold out my little,
Try to attack
green.
them?
We can properly hide.
Was probably better off saving that for something a little more potentially super dangerous. This could be bad, but
Grognar's already trying.
it might be some. Jesus Christ!
Trying to hide.
I don't think Grognar just puts his hands over his eyes, doesn't he? And says, "You can't see me."
I can't see them, so they can't see me.
Yeah.
Grognar's trying to sit down in one of the cubicles with his hands over his eyes. Am I doing good at the stealth thing? Ha ha!
The laughter at the end doesn't help, but yes,
No,
you're doing
I
good.
was about to say that.
The approaching guards are getting closer. Maybe only one alley off, coming into the line of sight of your moved wall. Is there anything else you'd like to do before they take a line of sight on the wall?
Fully hunker down and try and stealth, essentially.
Yeah, try and stealth it down, I think.
There's no need to do a stealth roll just yet. As you do so, all with bated breath, as you can hear the click-clack of their small metal feet against the obsidian carpet as they turn into your row. You hear their feet stop moving, and in these gruff, metallic, robotinized voices, they begin speaking to each other. Does anyone understand Fiendish?
Nope, I still understand Abyssal. The other one.
Nope.
Fiendish, do you mean Infernal? Or...
Oh yeah, I do. Does anyone understand Inferno, as I remember the actual name of the language?
No.
Alright.
Nope.
As you can hear in their gruff metallic voices, unfamiliar words that seem to burn at your ears, as eventually the footsteps start moving, but closer towards you, echoing in your ears, until they eventually stop right on the other side of your wall, and you can hear a little tap as one of them seems to be tapping it with their finger, examining it. What would the party like to do? Continue being stealth, or try to do something else?
No
yeah,
one's gonna keep himself.
yeah, we'll keep trying to stealth until something happens.
I'm
Ooh, I'm
going to hold a spell.
Now, remember, holding a spell requires you to cast the spell. So you think about whether or not it has verbal components that you might be shouting out loud. And can somebody put on some devilish music in the background?
Uh,
So I've just realised we don't have rhythm up.
Devilish
I've
music.
got
okay.
music on and
Then I will
already.
Continue to stealth because I forgot about the verbal part.
Papa's been putting on music all throughout the session already.
Wait, I can't hear the music, can
I
I?
can't hear it, and the stream can't hear
It's
it.
not
So
up.
it just says now playing, and it doesn't actually come, and it comes up with nothing. It's like,
I'll put it back up.
and it is on the stream. It's on the stream, just not in here.
Yeah. Unfortunately,
It's
I can't.
actually working this week. It's actually working this week.
Well, unfortunately for the stream, can't hear the stream, and I'd quite like a little bit of backing music.
Okay, then I'll mute this and put up rhythm.
I'll keep yours up because this is going to be copywritten. Don't want to be DMCA'd.
Ooh,
Yeah, you can mute rhythm on your end.
okay.
I like this.
You-
I also thought you
I
were gonna
heard-
go immediately with boom. By the way.
I heard that, and I know what it is.
Well, it's good for you made it now.
Damn you! I like that song.
I'll suck it up.
Okay.
I'm wearing his t-shirt right now.
Okay.
Yes, now I need everyone to roll me stealth, as the fiendish Modron guards are investigating your wall.
Oh dear. Don't worry, I've got a backup plan. I'm gonna.
Oh, thank God.
See how well.
Yay! Now.
It's all the 12s.
I'm up to 13 from Gragner. It doesn't matter if you're all the same thing twice. I've got another idea. I'm gonna glance at Rusty and start pointing at his tan bag of tricks.
Mhm.
And I'm just gonna like make a throw. In vision.
Okay.
I just over one of the walls essentially. Like far away from us essentially.
Let's see how good these guys are at investigating your wall. See if they can notice if there's anything up with it by the fact that it's out of place.
It's just been moved.
It's a pretty
dear.
high investigation check for these knowledge-based devils. As you hear in more infernal discussion right on the other end of your wall, their voices are rising, the pitch increasing. They seem to be tapping harder at the wall, trying to see almost if it'll budge in any way. Now, as you guys are all on the other end, you can actually feel the tapping off the wall as it presses into you. You're pretty sure
Okay, we'll
they're
push.
suspicious of the wall.
Can Rusty grab his bag of tricks, pull two furry dice out, and throw them over the wall?
Just away.
Yes, but I'm going to need a sleight of hand check to do this stealthily,
Okay.
effectively, and in a direction that will actually matter.
So an 18.
All right, nice. That will.
Uh,
I'll probably do it for both of them. I just need a rough idea of how good your sleight of hand is to actually get those away without it being incredibly obvious. This is a dex-based skill anyway.
So
Ah.
the first one.
Yes,
Yeah.
what are these?
So the first one. So there's a baboon that they're already chasing.
Somewhere else. Yeah.
So
Yeah, that's another department's job now.
yeah, this is a black bear,
Yeah.
Oh, hell.
A bear is good.
and then this one is
Is
Oh,
that a grizzly or a mammoth or something?
it's a tiger.
Yeah.
Tiger's good.
A black bear and a tiger just thrown like
Yep.
a bit of ways, being them.
So out of like I'm assuming like the two cubicles next to them, essentially. A black bear comes out of one, a tiger comes out of the other, and like charges at them.
I love the bag of tricks. It's awesome. I forgot about it. I would have picked one up myself as well. I love.
Yes, as the party hunkers down behind their improvised wall, having been dragged over from another cubicle, Rusty expertly throws out two animals from his bag of tricks in a direction that kind of loops around the actual fiendish guard, somehow kind of moving away from the wall, just enough to kind of throw it at an angle so that it ends up behind the guard. As you hear these animal roars from behind it, and the guards suddenly stop tapping and turn, and in panic, frenzied, metallic, infernal voices start to shout at each other as they run after the animals, and you can hear a scuffle on the other side as the two groups battle, giving the party a chance to slip away.
As soon as I hear them like start clashing in any way, I just go like the military just move. Fingers move.
Can
And
we-
start bolting.
Yes, Bob.
I was thinking of shifting the wall so it then blocks them off as we shift away.
No,
Make it
I
dead.
would say just leave the wall there and just run.
Yeah, they're already confused about the wall. That'll buy us a little more time.
Yeah, if they then turn back and the walls moved away,
That's real. sus.
yeah.
We imagined it the entire time.
That's real confusion.
That was more putting
Wasn't
it
that
in,
wall there?
putting it in their, thinking of putting it in their way, but
It already is in their way.
Yeah, it's already in the way.
We don't need to change where it is. It's good. Also, no one's gone. By the way, at this point.
Yeah, so is Rusty and Spark.
Yeah, so it's done now.
Mel could have followed the rest.
huh? What? What? Okay.
I think Grog does the slowest normally as well.
No, Grogner can be pretty fast. It's just where you.
I know. I don't think you're flying through these corridors.
It's
Doing
more.
his Shadow the Hedgehog impression.
It's more if I jet forward 60 feet.
Yeah. You've already done that though.
I can do that. But
I think it's
Is
a
it not-
will thing, isn't it?
it's
Is
a
it?
reaction.
Yeah, it's his,
Yeah,
it's
but
his
how
charge
many charges-
abilities. Though.
Yeah. I thought like the actual item had charges on them as well. Like you could only do it so many times per day.
I think that's the thing that boosts his damage, isn't it? That's got the charges. I thought the actual just dash is fine.
I don't think we said anything like that. did we,
Oh,
Chris?
fair enough then.
If you say anything, that'll be on the item I gave you.
Yeah.
I just assume you guys can track all this.
The best part about being a GM, you don't have to track any resources.
I don't
I'm
think.
pretty sure there is a resource for short rest. I'll look into it later.
Hmm.
I'm sure there was a limit. He's in like the charging part. Who knows? Anyway, I don't particularly care right now.
Yeah.
As you guys have escaped, we're getting near to the part where we're nearly through the stealth segment of the game. As you guys can finally finish the trail to the next obstacle.
The 10-minute part that is or the bit that's meant to be 10 minutes is now taking an hour.
Yeah, usual.
It can stand between like half an hour to like an hour and a half if you get into any combat.
Yeah.
It's mostly just give you guys a choice of how do you want to get through the mob trash.
Mhm.
Do you want to just storm through, or do you want to try and stealth through them?
Nah, because if we stealth through it, then the Lord of the Hunt has to deal with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's that. Speaking of which, I feel like it's been enough time for the Lord Hunt to make it through the dwarf bar, given he has to deal with a lot of elvish racism to get through it.
He just shot a lot of people, probably.
There's a lot of
Didn't really
dead
do-
dwarfs up there now.
I mean, how can they be dead? They're already dead.
You can die.
That
you
still
just
counts as
regen
one.
straight away.
Have you ever never played Hades?
No.
They just come back to life the next day.
Good game, I recommend it.
What would be the fun of heaven if you can't die a glorious dwarfish death?
Ah, yes. Welcome to
Drowned in
Valhalla.
beer.
Drink yourself to death. Yeah, those unconscious dwarfs, they weren't unconscious, they were dead from alcohol poisoning. But yes, eventually you get to the end of what seems like a never-ending trek through goddamn corridors, just hearing people whimpering and stuck in their cubicles looking at their scrying balls. And eventually you get to the end of the trail of the burnt out ones, and you see this expanse of just free area up towards a wall of the actual domain that stretches 503 up towards the ceiling. And as you approach it, you see this massive coiling staircase that are not coiling, massive kind of curved staircase, as if you're seeing some like nobleman stairs or something, but made of this dark red brick as it goes up towards this massive tower of stone, devoid of any windows, but a single massive door and these beautiful kind of gargoyle shelves lining it all the way up. This intricate, fiendish architecture and carved into it like a beautifully carved stalagmite. I don't know, whichever one goes up.
Right.
Right, yeah.
Titus from the ceiling.
Yeah.
Because
And in
they're
front
tight.
of this massive black crystal door that is obscured are these two large, almost Decacorn drones. They appear to have 5 hands ranging up and down their body on either side for a total of 10, as they stand with these tritons and this crown of horns on either side of the door. They appear to be the fiendish version of a Nuari planetar, but a fiend version. And they stand guarding this door with intricate locks on it.
You mean tridents, by the way. There isn't a pair of tritons just there, right?
Tridents.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry. I was like, wait. There's some tritons here too. Jesus. Okay. This has got ads. Okay. Fair enough.
You've asked a couple of tritons in their cubicles.
Yeah.
They seem particularly uncomfortable.
Just grilled fish.
Aren't they evaporating?
But it appears that you can actually see from your kind of hiding place in the edge of this forest of cubicles that the door itself seems to have been recently melded. It looks like the center of it almost had burnt away, and you can see there's like a large centered reconstruction that the crystal is slightly fresher, slightly shinier than the edges of the crystal door.
Do they appear to have seen us already?
No, they're just standing stationary at this door. Their eyes just looking out into the distance. They don't appear to be looking down there. Up maybe 60 feet at the base of this kind of the height of the stairs at the base of this tower.
Right. I can think 2 ways we can deal with this.
Yes.
Do
One,
the more sneak.
I don't think we can win. I'm gonna be honest. This one we might be a little outmatched. Don't think we're gonna take 2 solars or 2 at the same time.
2 planetar
Oh,
equivalent.
planetars. Okay. I misheard. Don't think 2 planetars. We could probably do it. It'd be a pain, and they'd probably get their friends up.
We
I
can
mean, it
summon Dion.
I mean, it depends on how quickly we can take them out.
I think the better 2 ways would be we can either talk it out, or I can scale up the side to the same level on the far side of the tower. We can knock a hole in the wall and get in that way. That's the 2 options I can think of. The probably talk it out one would be the easier, but the other one's the we don't get the things that don't go badly, because they will.
Well, shall we try talking first? And I think one of us turns to look at Rusty. Maybe doesn't speak this time.
I mean, it's usually Grognar that gets us in trouble.
What?
Okay, put your hands up. Who gets banished every time?
Rusty looks at Grognar.
Banish?
And why did we get banished?
Because he's a
Aye.
bit lippy.
Chat. I'm going. I will go talk to them. Grognar is great talker.
Tentacle
No,
just
no,
immediately
no, no,
goes
no, no,
around
no, no, no.
Grognar's face again.
Grognar will struggle.
Drags him back.
Grognar will not let this happen. Grognar is going to fight against it.
I'm gonna
I am
go
done
do
with
that.
this.
Milik, would you like to come come with me with backup. The rest of you, if it looks like it's going to go badly, charge in and kill them.
I Nana, I can do that.
Boom,
I don't
bitch!
I ain't gonna dig him in the ribs for this.
Bang!
You mean tickle him?
Boom.
I mean, I don't think I need to rush in. I could probably shoot them from here.
You can see
We
him.
go in. Yeah, no, when I'm looking at Grogu, we go in. If it goes badly, or if it goes well and we'll let in, okay? Nana's got this. Nana's got this. Do you not trust Nana? There.
Let
you
me-
can be quiet.
Grognar looked very fed up of being manhandled by Lachlan every time to stop talking, knowing how that he's been taught to talk politely when he has to.
I know. I just
so
just
bad
He
at
has to. He didn't have to at
Yeah.
that point.
You're getting a pat on the back. You'll have your chance later.
Still glares at Lachlan for it.
Gwynty dies.
Pokes the bag and leopard pops up.
It's very hungover at this point.
Yeah. Point.
Black.
Makes like a claw symbol and points at Lachlan.
Watching
And
you.
fist bump the cat.
LPT's watching you.
I'm gonna scratch Leopard behind the ears.
That's the spot.
Alright, 1 second. Let's take a 5-second break there because this is going to go into potentially combat.
Yeah, sure.
Depending on how.
Potentially not.
That's why I trust Nana to get this
I
done.
mean, potentially not.
Diplomacy does work on occasion.
Occasionally.
Nice.
And I got +60 persuasion as well.
I know, I'm basically going like... Main reason,
So yes.
the reason why Norn this time is actually stopping you is that the last interaction with any kind of angel creature, you essentially depressed them.
Luckily, this one's a
Yeah.
devil. But yeah, so it's taking 5 seconds so I can go renew water and everything.
Yeah, I go to the bathroom. So, back in a minute.
Okay.
I'll be back in a minute as well.
Everyone, go for your pee break. Whilst the rest of us stand here and waffle.
So we're just gonna try straight up bullshit to get in. Just
Yes.
and then if that doesn't work, I'm gonna get Millie to hit them with a hammer. That's the plan.
Yeah. I was trying to come up and help you with the diplomacy, but apparently I'm not allowed to.
Because your diplomacy gets you killed.
I'm persuasive, and apparently these are demons, so they're more likely to accept the fucking annoying Goliath talking with them.
Or are they just more likely to take offense and then try to stab you and claim you cause them insults?
Your hammer's to be called diplomacy, Neil.
It's not a bad idea. And now we tried diplomacy. Boom. Oh, you know what? I think that's got to be the trigger word for Neil just to attack. And now we
What?
tried diplomacy.
I thought you were trying that already.
Our group actually at LARP has a axe called Diplomacy. It's Neil's, like, two-handed battle axe, Bob.
Oh,
It's actually named Diplomacy.
it's called diplomacy. It's not the
Yeah, he actually...
not the triaxe.
No, it's... I'm actually not sure if you've seen it. He used to come with this big two-handed axe.
At some point
And
we
it
had
was-
At some point we had a triaxe.
That's Neil's current weapon. He changed to one-handed and shield when he realised he can't take Mighty Blow anymore.
Uh-huh.
So...
That's the cake.
What's a triaxe?
You
An
have
axe with
to
3
see
heads?
it to understand it. It's essentially it's a mace.
That's what I was thinking. Like an axe head, 3 different directions.
Yes.
It's just a
Yes.
mace.
Yeah,
Yes.
pretty much.
A badly designed mace.
Yes.
He's a black orc. He's a black orc. He's also the Goblin Dragon Pope.
Mm-hmm.
The Goblin Dragon Pope.
He was designated as the Goblin Dragon Pope because he wanted to be High Priest of Fafnir, and as the grandson of Fafnir, my character went, "Yeah, sure, no one else wants the job," and he became the Goblin Dragon Pope because he got to pick the name by being the High Priest of Fafnir.
Makes sense. Why not be a pope? If you can, be pope.
Pretty much.
And we have Fafnir's grandkid,
Hi.
and eventually me as a paladin of Fafnir.
Dragon Knight. It's gonna be a good plan.
Yeah.
It's also great because it's gonna. What is your divine edict for Fafnir? Be greedy.
That is mine, and this is mine, and that is mine. Well, it works. We're pirates. I will protect it because it's mine.
Yep. We very carefully worded this to be both honourable and useful while still keeping a theme of Fafnir. It's great. We're gonna get you to be a Lord Paladin someday. It'll be very funny.
Oh god, no. Lord Paladin of Fafnir.
Yep, you are gonna be the Dragon Knight, the real Dragon Knight.
At that point, I'll need underlings or a dragon.
Hey, that's a great way to get more shinies in the fangs. It's like, oh yeah, we have a Lord Paladin now as well. You'll actually probably have more hit points than me then.
Yeah, but
Depends if you can get magical armor or not. But
Yeah.
yeah.
I also need to get the thing that removes the magical freaking acid that's gonna come our way in the new events as well.
Oh, corrosion.
Yes.
Yeah, for 45 minutes waiting for your armor to dissolve away so you can fix it.
I think there's an armorer's thing or a dwarf thing that can remove it quicker. I think it's if I pick up the new skill, I can remove it quicker. Or
Of course it does. So for reference, that is my head mod in the chat giving me shit. Sleep. No effect sleep.
exactly.
I am no effect all mind effects.
The tank will not
Got
be
it.
put to sleep.
I have so many immunities now. And by the way, that's a point. Bob,
Yes.
have you booked for the 2 events in August?
Yes, already
Cool.
pre-booked. I need to...
We should be getting our new character cards and tickets next week, apparently.
Alright, I need to actually phone them and see if I can get the new armor skill put on, and the change with the to what is it, invocation from shield use.
Yeah.
Because it is going to be handy if I do get paladin to be able to heal myself and heal you as well.
Yeah, true that.
With the spell scrolls that we're going to now have to buy for the 2 of us.
Yeah.
Because I can't be healed normally if I become a paladin.
We'll see if we can find you some full cure scrolls, because they're actually going to be on the to-do list if we can get you pally.
Yeah.
But when we get you pally, I'm very confident you'll make pally.
Yeah, especially when the leader of our faction is saying, "Yeah, I can get you an audience with with one of the actual paladin leaders."
And they go, I'll see what I can do. Wink.
Yeah.
some good plans. So Neil, you're joining us for the 2 events as well, aren't you, right?
Yeah.
No, I need to save money for October.
Ah, fair.
Would anyone else like to join our LARP group of the people here?
Is this for all our streamers?
It's for everyone.
This is for anyone. He's actually
No
Leave
idea
it
what
like
you're doing
struggle
in a
listening.
LARP group.
You already know you have a standing invite. Don't you try that.
You get to play as your character you'd play as D&D, essentially, but more
you have to
Norskin
Yes,
themed.
you can be Nana Muffins.
You could actually be a fae called Nana Muffins at LARP. You just have to dress up vaguely like them and act like it.
Find an old dress and a
Or you could
fake pair of tits. Why
You
not?
can get,
Or
you
you
can get a
could e-
decent pair of wings.
or you could even be Glack, or
There's a ton of options. If we didn't have arrangements after this particular stream, I would totally talk through with it. But
fair enough.
I can send you the LT link though. If you
Yeah,
want to
why
look
not?
at all the things you can do.
Yeah, I'll take a look. I've seen it, but I've never understood what you actually do.
It's a lot of fun. It's my honestly main hobby, even more than video games and pretty much other things. It's like it is my main hobby.
If you can stick around after the stream, I'll go for it with you.
Yeah. Bob's got how many years of experience do you have LT now, Bob?
Couple years. I've not
Yeah,
been
good for you.
2, 3.
Yeah, you got a good bit. And if you've got any questions, feel free to message me and I will come to them when I am actually free with my 12 years now?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Only 12.
I'm only 25 this year.
Ah,
I'm a young'un.
hmm
Okay, I'll send you the main rule
you're the
book.
youngest here.
Hey, I'm not surprised. I'm the youngest in most circles.
hmm
I am not only 12.
He's definitely not only 12. I have met this man in real life.
Running joke. No,
Or you
she's met
think
me in
you
real
did.
life as well. I do not sound like it.
It's all the helium you take.
Just realised I actually don't have me on friends list. I'm just gonna while I'm here, I'm just gonna add everyone to friends if they're not already.
So, Neil, the plan is if it's going to go wrong, I'm going to say a phrase and you're going to just attack one straight out. As a surprise.
Okay, and how will I know when
Oh,
it is?
The phrase is, and now we try some diplomacy. And then you twat them with a hammer.
Okay.
Norskin diplomacy, I understand.
Yep.
I mean, Millig will need to get up pretty close to, like,
I can throw it.
yeah,
Also, Millig's the one who's actually going up there.
I
right.
can be yeeted.
I mean, as soon as
I have
Rusty-
many ways.
yeah, as soon as Rusty sees shit going down, he's just shooting.
And no one
Oh
will
yeah,
start
as soon as you see
running.
the hammer get thrown,
Yeah.
shoot.
Yeah, no one will start running at that point. It'll be a few turns out, but maybe I'll
You'll get there.
I'll get there. I'm pretty fast. Although I think Millig's actually the same speed as me, hilariously, because of your plus 10 feet and being a dwarf. Because I think we're both
yeah,
35.
Because I'm unarmored.
Unarmored defense. Unarmored speed. I can't actually remember the name of it. Is it unarmored movement or something like that?
Yeah.
It's a great skill. It's one of the reasons why barbarians are awesome.
Oh, James is actually down
Unarmored
in England.
defense.
Is what now?
I didn't realise James was actually down in England.
Oh
I
yeah.
thought you- I thought
No.
you-
Initially, I
Fair
didn't
enough.
know that, but when I read it again earlier, I was like, I'm in England. It's like, okay, he's in England. Because obviously they said, look, I'll be in a bar full of English peeps.
Yeah, that's
Still more
what
northern than me, I think, actually, at the moment.
So that's actually what James looks like. That's interesting.
Okay, fair.
He's slimmed down a lot.
I just did not think blonde.
Neither did
Yeah,
I, to be honest.
they dye their hair blonde.
I was gonna say
I'll
apparently
explain.
James dyes their hair.
They've done it for a while.
They've done it for like a couple of years now.
Mm.
Yeah, they've massively slimmed down during the apocalypse.
Oh
They
yeah.
really put all in of just using all the extra free time to exercise.
Fair enough.
To run in the snow.
They have. They've actually done that. It's like
Yeah.
Yeah, it's bad choices.
Yeah,
Real
going into
determination.
the ditches.
Yeah,
How can I-
amazed
they
they've not
sent
got themselves
me-
accidentally murdered.
they've sent me a like a before pandemic and during essentially, and they said that they've dropped like a few stone, and it is really noticeable.
Yeah.
Yes, I am back.
Welcome back.
Cool.
Should we actually set up the map?
Willkommen.
We talked about
Ah.
LARP.
We did. I sent links to people.
And
It's
we, talk-
essentially live action D&D.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Pretty much, yeah.
And we talked about diplomacy.
Yes.
All forms of it, including the axe variant.
I'm sitting there thinking, why's my map moving? I'm not moving my map. I'm bloody streamer.
Yeah, this- They are awesome images.
Yeah, unfortunately, I can get exact images of what I wanted. So assume that the doorway is behind them and not in front of them, and this
Yeah.
is just a reflection of the doorway. It could be glowing now.
Mhm.
But you got the rough idea of they're at the top of these two hills, effectively. I'm just gonna add extra 2 platforms down here because that way the map makes more sense. And the door is just behind them, just off the map that goes into this tower with gargoyle shelves up it and intricate fiendish designs.
Damn it, it could almost be a
incredibly-
relative of me.
Looks incredibly revered. Also, assume the monsters are a little bit more metallic. I couldn't get surprisingly hard to get multi-handed robots on the image on Google.
I
Fair enough.
probably looked up what it'd be a terrible, much worse picture. It'd be like the old Jason the Argonauts Shiva things. That made like bronze. Those ones might have done it. Still wouldn't be ideal though.
I saw these and these are cool, so just assume these,
They are.
but with a bit with more a metallic design.
I think that actually is a Shiva, like the monster for D&D is Shiva. So,
I wanted a essentially a humanoid version of the drones. So we're gonna call this guy
Let's do a
Decadrone.
DNA test. See if we're related.
none of us are human.
No.
Yeah, it's the red hair.
I mean, you guys are at the bottom of the map, or you guys are slightly off the bottom of the map towards the numerous rows of cubicles. You can get reasonably close, say to the bottom of the ramps here, unnoticed.
Yeah, so we'll basically be at the, or at least no one will, be the as close as he can get, where it's like I'm clearly not going to be spotted. Yeah, I guess.
Let's actually scale you guys up a little bit here. But yes, if you'd like to all place yourselves on the map and have this open for just in case later.
What do you mean, just in case? When?
so little faith, it hurts.
Hey, I did my part. I stopped Grognar also going up there.
That is true.
Hey, I undid your face, by the way. After when I was actually having the chat and I realized you'd actually glaring at me, but at least calmed down. We'll get you your chance, buddy.
Milk needs to be resized.
Milik's
Oh my
the
God, Milik!
literally the smallest one. You...
That's what I'm
He's
saying.
an
He needs
ant
to be
next to the
resized.
mighty Nana.
Towering 1.5 foot form of Nana stares over you.
Suddenly,
None of
Milik's
it had my
become.
head if it only stood a bit higher.
Milik suddenly became Ant-Man for a second.
Yeah. And dwarf.
And dwarf.
Not to be confused with dwarf ant.
No, dwarf man. That's what size you were briefly.
Oh.
But yes.
here. I've got way too many tabs open. That for now.
So you're going for a tab clear.
Get rid of that for now. I don't really need these just now. Get rid of these.
Okay. I'm not at all checking how close I have to get for them. Not at all.
In case diplomacy fails.
Yes.
That make together large.
Highly unlikely of you to have to do that.
Just a precaution, in case in case they personally don't want to listen to reason.
Yeah,
It'll be none of our fault.
They don't want to listen to reason.
they're
Yeah.
devils, so why would they want to listen to reason?
Also, no one may or may not be holding Grognar back, so Grognar doesn't accidentally make a deal with them. Not gonna lie, that was my main worry.
Deal?
They're devils. They like their contracts. And if you go make a contract and sign your soul over to the devils, who's there for Lorcan to torment anymore?
Okay, apparently one of our weapons is now called reason. I think that should be the rocket powered great sword. Yep.
The rocket-powered greatsword, name of the Techno King. Nickname: Reason.
Reason. Reason? Because.
You're one of these warriors that actually name their
Apparently, you are now
weapons.
the name. Yes.
So I'm going to reason with you. Slash.
Will you listen to reason? Just revs the engine in it.
If you want to listen to him, listen to reason.
If you won't listen to diplomacy, listen to reason.
Yep.
But yes, who is approaching the deck of drones that guard this clearly
Nana.
important doorway?
Nana
Uh,
Milig.
Our designated talkie person and the one who can at least take enough hits until the rest of us get there.
Yep.
You are not
Fair enough.
incorrect.
So Nana is flying forward and Millig's on his broom, right?
Yeah.
Alright, as you guys fly up towards the cliff side, that is the platform that these guys are on in front of their majestic, fiendish obsidian glass doorway. As they watch as you approach, one of them raises out one of his 10 hands with his magnificent long trident. Make sure I pronounce that right.
Not trident.
Yeah, don't
no, I have
accidentally
a
have a fish
trident
person in their
in his
hand.
I don't have to. I'm wielding this Triton as a weapon. Literally just bashing them with a fish.
He does not enjoy it.
Eh.
Eh.
And in this metallic, burning inferno, he speaks to you a command that you are unable to understand. What do you do?
I stopped because I assume it said halt and come no further from context of sword pointing at me.
Well, you know, it's a Triton.
Sorry,
Trident.
Trident.
Triton.
I point
It's a
this
fish
fish
man,
at you,
Bill.
sir. We'll get there. We'll get there. We're broken,
Trident.
Bob.
Yeah.
Just remember,
Yeah.
it causes dents and things. Just go with that.
Death by fish!
Wow, really did get him down. I'm gonna find.
So
the
yes,
fish.
they point with their trident,
Yeah.
and you have stopped. And they seem pleased by this.
Give me a minute. I'm finding something for Bob. Here we go. I've got it. Okay, I'm gonna post this in the chat. There you go, Bob.
Hot down.
I saw fish.
I had to turn my mic off and I still feel like it has to be off a bit longer.
Let's take a moment here, just to
Well,
recompose
give
ourselves
Bob a minute.
Deep
before I
breaths, Bob.
legitimately
Deep
give these
breaths.
guys tritons.
Just Tritons as a weapon.
Hey, they've got
Spears.
enough
They're
hands to have
spears. The
both.
big spears now.
They're three-pronged spears of unknown name.
The multi-pointy stick.
And there's something fishy about these memes.
But yes, the Decadrons are giving you a suspicious look, Nana and Milig. Even though you have stopped, this seems to have pleased them, but they still seem to be cautious of your approach. What do you do?
I make sure they see us stop, and then I'll just move forward a bit and say, so we're here. If you don't mind opening the doors, we're on kind of a time scale.
They both lower their tridents at you.
Are they the keys for the doors? Fantastic. Chop chop.
In
Let's
a
go.
warning fashion.
I assume that you can speak common. Is that not correct?
They give each other a glance, then look at you, eyeing you, narrow brows.
You can speak it, but you don't like to. Is that the case?
They both nod at you simultaneously.
Then that's okay. So I can talk for all of us then. We are here to follow what melted your door. We've been told by the gods and the devils have a deal to let us pass. If you could please open the door, we would very much appreciate it. I'm sorry for speaking in common. I can switch to Elvish if you wish, or Sylvan, but I don't think they're better, are they?
They grumble at you, look towards each other, then look back at the door before returning to stare at you with glares. No.
No, you don't want me to swap to Elven or Sylvan, or no, you don't want to open the door?
Only the clerics of the 20th Order can pass through the doors of the Oracle Chamber.
But something else did pass through there, didn't it?
And it has left.
Insight check.
Man, go for it.
I imagine they're telling the truth, but I've got an idea now. I wish I was up there.
Dirty 20.
They appear very direct to you. They didn't take any moment to think about it. They seem to be telling the truth.
Which way did it head?
Through.
May you point with your trident so we know the direction?
He points to the door.
So it went in there, but came out, but went back in again.
It went through.
So can we just go through?
Only a cleric of the 20th Order may enter the Chamber of the Oracles.
Well, that is incredibly lucky. I am a cleric of the 20th Order.
Of which god?
Thanks.
No gods here, only us devils.
A cleric must have a god. Which god?
Well, I'm not going to give you their true name, of course. That would be insulting to both them and yourself. I know how important names are, but I know my god as Little Benji.
They glance at each other with a confused expression.
It's like,
We do not know of this little Benji god you speak of.
that may be the greatest line I've ever heard.
And how is that my problem? Open the door.
Do you have permission from the Arbiter of Knowledge?
Actually,
Yes, we do.
Let me see your form.
I do a little pose, like shake out the butt a bit, like, and with a ta-da. This is my form.
Return with your permission slip from the Arbiter of Knowledge if you wish to pass into the halls of the Oracle.
I'm getting flashbacks to an anime where it's like, do you have the relevant qualification?
Only a cleric of the 20th Order may pass into the halls of the Oracle. Or that whoever has a permission slip from the Arbiter of Knowledge will also suffice.
Okay,
Those are the rules.
Just, would you care for a heads up about what's coming towards you?
Do you threaten us, mortal?
Not at
Yeah.
all. I'm merely giving you information, and that's something a devil always wants. Is that not correct?
We will accept your knowledge.
Coming down this way soon will be the Lord of the Hunt. As I'm sure you're aware of him.
Yes. He is a demi-power of significant level.
He is on his way to go through the door and potentially you. I give you this knowledge freely and without request for payment.
That is worrisome.
And now, if you excuse me, I need to go get a form. Where did you say he was? The person that hands out the forms?
The Arbiter of Knowledge can be found in his chamber to the... well, that direction. We don't have a compass here. As they point to the west.
Okay. We shall be back. I will see you shortly.
Can you do us a favor while you're doing so? We would
Potentially.
appreciate it.
What would the favor be?
Can you request more backup from the Arbiter of Knowledge?
We are about to fight the Lord of the Hunt. Can we have some help?
If it is in my power to arrange this for you, I will do so.
Thank you. You have earned the favors of the Decadrons. The Decadrons.
I tip my little bonnet and I, come on, let's go. No.
I'm assuming no one's been listening in this entire time with his insane perception. So which direction was it? I didn't see which way he pointed.
Technically west, but there is no west here.
That away. Got it.
So no need for diplomacy.
No need for diplomacy yet.
Ah,
If nothing else, I say quietly when I get to the rest of them, like they're going to slow down the Lord of the Hunt, or at least annoy him for a minute or two.
Yeah. Sounds
And
like well.
anything
I
else?
think it's. We need to get a form because I'm a cleric of the 20th Order of something or other.
Little Benji by the sound of it.
I mean, it probably would just be faster if we kill them. Because if we don't, the Lord of the Hunt will.
Yeah, but then it's not us doing the killing, so...
I mean, just like honestly speaking, group to group, do we think we can take them quickly enough that the Lord of the Hunt won't come up behind us and just stab us in the back of the head?
Probably, but it'd be
No.
at least a lot. It'd be a long enough duration that he'd definitely gain some ground.
And we wouldn't be very fresh for fighting.
Yeah, if he catches up to us, we'll be in a worse spot. I'd rather just go and do it.
I was more meaning the solar. We still
Oh,
have
and
to
him, yeah.
fight that.
We
Or-
do have to actually fight the thing at the end of this, yeah.
Yes. So maybe just for a while longer we try to be sensible, and then if it all goes wrong,
We bash things.
Ragnar, Lachlan charge in, the rest of us will do our best. But
Only
the
somebody
Plan
focus is
A.
with
there.
Forger's kit.
Plan A, essentially.
Wait, did you say you had the Forger's kit?
I'm saying if only somebody had a Forger's kit.
Yeah.
It's like, we got the form!
You know, for a forgery kit, you have to know what the form looks like, right?
We have no idea what the
No,
form
they've
looks
just,
like.
no, it's fine. They've just they've changed it recently. Like this week actually, they've just changed
I
the
mean,
form.
we could say that is the form stip of Little Benji. It's just written in crayon and
Ah! We get
Maybe
the
a clerical error.
It's been a clerical error
We get Leopard to do
in
it then.
heaven.
We get Leopard to do it then. He makes very good art.
You know, I'm kind of surprised they didn't actually just ask for knowledge for payment to go through, because I've got this weird fanfic thing from the guy we looted. Do you think that counts as knowledge or the opposite?
Probably the opposite.
I think it's apparent that this room isn't just any room, that they're clearly guarding it for 20th level purposes.
Oh,
Well, let's
yeah,
go
yeah.
and
We s-
let's go and
Let's
get a
go.
form.
Start making.
Steal us a form.
Or at
This
least
is the
get a
office
form.
hell, so
Well, here's the thing. If it's a normal one, we get permission because there's a non-interference pact. We'll interfere with you if you don't give us the form.
circular logic. This is what we need.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Onwards to get paperwork.
Onwards for boring.
And get back up for the to beat up the Lord of the Hunt.
What direction is the tracker pinging currently?
It is pinging south. Directly
He's-
south, it looks like he's on the level.
Let's be fast.
This is
Then-
where Neil
Hustle,
comes
hustle.
in hand. We are just moving, so Neil, you can
Yeah.
use your thing.
Yep.
We move
Yeah, it's
fast.
actually good cars travel, I guess. Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's actually fair. You are going between destinations. I was just gonna ping you to the next map. Isn't that in a certain? Is that in a certain location? Does this count as a certain location?
No, it's,
So that's
it's
just any travel.
It's travel time.
Is it travel time now? Fair. Yeah, then you very quickly navigate yourself through the ever-expanding maze of cubicles as people are sent down into Forbiddance. And I'm just gonna shoot you all the way to the next platform because it's one of the more noticeable landmarks that you easily tell where it is. It's the only thing in that direction that seems worthy of interest. And you
Probably.
arrive at this large platform. So place yourselves on the bottom here.
It's those two again. That's where you get the scaling up. The giant nana muffin!
Super Nana.
Big of heart.
No, hilarious that is Nana Muffin's proper size. Not proper size, but size of a mini because I can't make it smaller.
Yeah, hilariously, the one that actually is a
Should
size
be
category small enough is the only one that comes out huge.
But yes, you arrive,
It's millish.
managing to navigate your way through the Nuari drones. Oh, you should say Nuari drones, not knowledge drones. Oh well, same thing. At the outer edge of this large, sprawling platform, there seems to be some sort of audience hall, and you can see ahead of you this huge creature that seems to be wielding both radiant and necrotic energy, sitting in a throne, watching it down on the two figures you previously saw at the top of the hole. There's Tiny Millie again.
I know.
The pair seems to be bowing and thanking the figure, the arbiter of knowledge, seeming to be handed a form as you enter. What would you like to do?
Just
Do you
walk
know-
up,
Just
yeah.
head on up, yeah.
Yeah, we actually know why we're here for once.
Calmly.
Yeah.
Go up.
You
Yeah,
can. Nobody stops you.
non-threateningly.
I'll let Nana take the lead, but I'll be like just a bit behind her.
As the pair turn to begin walking away.
Oh, hello again.
Hello again.
I see you've made your way to the arbiter.
Yes.
Yeah.
You are quicker than I gave you credit for. Well done.
I
That'd be
may
kind
be
of you.
small, but I can move fast. I'm a natural-born sprinter.
To be honest, you're faster than we thought you were as well. Last time we saw you was at the top of that hole there.
Why rush when you can take the direct path?
That was the direct path. It went straight down.
Maybe for you and your limited capacity to think. But for an intellect of my vast scale, there are always alternatives unseen.
There.
Well, goodbye. As he begins barging through all of you.
If he
Can I do
tries
a
to
sleight
barge
of
through
hand check?
Lorcan's like a concrete wall. So
I was
We
gonna
not
say,
like getting an opportunity attack.
I was
I'm
gonna
not
say,
gonna-
who's got the trackers?
Lachlan. No.
Yeah, that's it,
Nana.
Nana has.
Nana's got the trackers.
I've got the controller. I won't have the trackers.
yeah, I think no one actually has the trackers.
Yeah.
See if you can get a tracker.
Oh
on
yeah, that's right.
Yeah, no.
Didn't we split them up a bit?
I don't know.
I don't think so.
Didn't like Norn take a couple? Because there was like 6 of them.
No idea, but I would like to try and pickpocket the paper he just got from the Arbiter of Knowledge, if you please.
Go ahead and give me a sleight of hand check.
Oh, that's not good. I'm gonna bounce it with a D4.
Alright, go for it.
Destiny, that one.
Actually, oh god, yeah, actually, yeah.
That's a
Yep.
that's a bad one. I think a default's gonna help.
Yeah, yep. Let me. I use my destiny point to try and get something better than that.
Can you twist destiny to your favor?
Yeah.
That's much better.
Apparently so.
Yeah, I'm still gonna bang a D4 into it though.
Yeah, it's like 11 even with a
Just in
default's
case.
probably a fail.
Yeah.
But it's not bad.
You do so. You slip your hand into the pockets of his long coat and receive the only scrolled up piece of paper in it, quickly bringing it somewhere safe, stealthy. I don't know. You can describe. Actually, yeah, give us 5 seconds of describing what you're actually doing here and how you're succeeding.
Well, as he's trying to barge past, it's like you put your hands on one hand, slips under the coat, while the other one like pushes in the opposite rib, so he thinks you're touching him there. Slip out, up the sleeve.
He's trying to like barge past through me and Grog now, so it's like
Yeah.
just 2 giants just go not moving, not giving away at all.
As he tries to slip past you, there's plenty of him pressing, kind of pushing through that allows Nana to slip their hands in as Shush confidently strolls away, gives you a small tip of his, what is it, like a bowler hat or something on there? No, it's an actual like top hat.
It's a top hat.
Yeah.
And strolls away. Seaboard quickly follows after, apologizing to the party. Sorry for his behavior. He has a difficulty with people. Sorry about this. Sorry.
No,
It's
no,
lovely
no,
to meet you.
actually-
It's lovely to
yeah,
meet you.
People
Nice to meet you
person.
again, Seaborn, and no one will actually let him pass.
As he chases after the Warforged Shush as the pair leave the audience chamber, having assumedly gotten what they've arrived for.
Well, to be fair, they did get what they arrived for.
Did, but
They just
hopefully
didn't
not
leave
haven't.
with it.
Might not have left with it.
Mm-hmm.
We haven't seen what the paper is yet.
Hopefully not left with it.
It's a scroll of meteor swarm we've got instead.
But yes, you find yourself alone in the silent chamber, the Arbiter watching down at you, the Nowari drones clutching to their tridents as they too watch with their pointy horns, spherical frames.
So we're gonna see if we can get one of these forms too.
Yes, but Arbiter of Knowledge, we bring a request from your Deca drones guarding the door.
Of the tower of whatever I heard them say it essentially.
Grog, now we'll sort of
Oh, what?
poke them and sort of do a bow. Coughing. do a proper.
Very eloquent.
No, tip his hat.
I am the Arbiter of Knowledge.
Milk says, pleased to meet you.
Pleased to meet you. Bow, mortals!
I've already curtsied. That's
Incline
the bows,
as much
girls.
as none bows.
Rossi just stands fast.
Yep.
That's about
You
as I
come
expect.
seeking knowledge, yes?
No, we come seeking a form, but we bring knowledge.
What knowledge do you have for me that I do not already possess from the vast damned that collect it for me?
We bring a request from your door guards, the Decadrones, for reinforcements as the Lord of the Hunt is on your level and is going towards the doors.
He's going to go.
They
Speak
require
with-
assistance.
Of the doors of the Oracle Chamber.
Yes.
None shall enter the Oracle Chamber.
Well,
That's why they've asked for
for a couple of
reinforcements.
minutes.
But maybe there is a path for you. You are here on behalf of the Divine. Yes,
Yes.
that is good. Which pantheon do you represent?
I'm gonna glance at Nana. It's like Nana. If
Yeah.
Nana wants to say it, then Nana's gonna be the one to say it.
Oh, yes.
It's just add a game. It's the Wall Pantheon. Yeah.
Grogner
Yeah.
will say the guy that he met's name.
The
Oh, I
Wall
thought we were
Pantheon.
going with little Benji.
No, we're not here on behalf of this job for little Benji.
Yeah.
We've been outsourced.
And
Yes.
are you... You are not children of knowledge. That is a shame, but understandable given your limited interest.
Oh,
We are
if
just
anyone-
mere
if anyone-
mortals.
If anyone here is a child of knowledge, it'd be me.
Yes.
Do you worship the knowledge gods?
One or two of them.
Which do you prefer?
Now, need to look up to see which knowledge gods.
I thought it was gonna just go something along the lines of coffee and energy drinks.
You had them written down, didn't you, somewhere?
They're in the lower segment. But it's, you can just give it general descriptions of fields and I'll attribute names to them if that's easier. I don't expect any of you to know any of the 49 gods of Alterra yet. They're mostly there for patron and clerics.
Yeah, so it'd be under the Ares Pantheon. It'd probably be like the god of mechanical knowledge, if there's one.
So invention would probably be Ivica, or craft
Yeah.
would be Artos.
Let's say invention.
Yeah, there's a more rusty style, really, isn't it?
It'd be the god of invention there.
You can see a slight reverence from the knowledge drones as they all bow their heads reverently. Yes, Ivica, the god of invention, creator of the Warforged race, and all construct sentient life form. All hail the divine.
Rusty Pat Spark said, "How do you think I've got little Spark here for?"
Ah, what a beautiful creature. As the Arbiter of Knowledge actually gets up off their throne and starts moving majestically, hovering over the stairs towards you. May I see, little Sparky?
Spark.
Spark.
And no one's gonna politely step aside. I'm not gonna bar the way of the 50-foot celestial thing that we're trying to get something out of.
As they lower down to the floor and seem to examine Spark. Yes, beautiful. You made this?
I made him and I have improved upon the base design. As you can see, he is in an owlbear form at the moment. But I've also, in our previous adventures, we came across some the knowledge of different apparatuses, and I've outfitted them onto him. As you can see, he has the missile pack on his back there. He also has a breath weapon.
Yes, as they lean down to go to pick him up.
Yep, Rusty will allow it.
As they pick up Spark. You made this.
With the knowledge of given to me by God of
Avika.
Knowledge, Avika.
I made this!
You made this what?
As he turns and starts walking away, Spark.
Hey, can give me Spark back now.
No.
That's my OC. Give it back.
It's my OC, give it back. Copyright.
Huh? What did?
Rusty's gonna pull out his gun.
Oh, yeah, give him
You
a
better
minute.
Put the bear down now.
Put the bear down!
Gr-
You guys are so fun.
Yeah,
It's
probably.
not gonna go well.
No, it's not. Give him a
That's why I
minute.
went, oh no.
Why is he taking Rusty? Rusty,
He's
why
not
is he?
taking Spark.
Why is he taking?
He's just taking Rusty.
Rusty,
Why
why
is
is
he
he
taking
taking
Rusty?
Spark?
Because he's a shite bag. Give me
Uh.
my owlbear now.
You don't intend to keep that, right?
As he sits back down on his throne and starts to pet Spark. But I made this. It is mine now, right?
No.
This is
I-
your gift to the great arbiter of knowledge.
No, that was not the gift. That is mine.
Yes.
Huh?
It is
Sorry
a
to
gift.
interrupt, but
A
Spark is not
nobody
something to
said
give up.
anything about giving a gift to you.
but you
With
are
all due
puny
respect.
mortals. All knowledge belongs to the arbiter of knowledge. I decide where knowledge goes. The knowledge of this creature goes to me. I have decided.
But you didn't earn it.
Well,
Yeah.
I've decided you're not fucking keeping him.
You didn't earn the knowledge, so you didn't
No.
really gain the knowledge, so we want it back.
Rusty blows into his whistle to activate the breath weapon of Spark.
You do so,
Would-
Spark.
Oh,
He's
John
activating
Wick.
their breath weapon.
Would the knowledge of Spark be sufficient? Like, Rusty, could you give the plans? Surely that is the knowledge that you require, not the thing. You need the knowledge.
Yeah, then you can build infinite ones. With your
Need
mighty
the
knowledge.
schematics.
Yeah.
But why would I do that when I already have this one?
Because you need to have more than one.
And surely your knowledge
You could build
could
an
improve
army
on
of
it.
them.
If I blow
Well,
this
that'd be
whistle
bigger.
again,
I
if I blow this whistle again, you're getting a face full of his breath.
But
well,
the knowledge of your existence also
is-
belongs here now.
Grognar's going to start walking up, and could I exchange something else for my friend?
Are you a follower of the Reverend Ivica?
I have apparently heard of him now, but I have
Should've said
some
yes and
I have
put
some
his
knowledge
armor.
that you won't have.
Ooh, actually.
You
that
do
might
not
be-
have knowledge I do not have. I have
I-
seen through the eyes of hundreds of thousands of annoyed lives that transform or transpass my domain. I am the arbiter of knowledge. I decide where knowledge goes within my domain.
What about knowledge from a different world entirely?
Grognar, as he's saying this, is pulling off his signet ring.
It does not exist.
I can assure you, I am not from this plane.
They twitch their head. There are no other worlds.
Well,
Well-
living proof there are
I hold up the ring with my family crest on it, that
from another planet.
from a different thing. I
They
would
twist their head 2 more times. The gods created everything. There is nothing outside the gods' domain.
This
Then who
ring
created
is
that
my
ring?
family heritage from
Give
my
me a
plane.
persuasion check, Groganar.
Okay.
Come on, Grog now. Told you you'd have your chance.
Grognar's time to shine.
Fuck yeah!
Natural 20.
Suddenly, their head continually twitches. That is
not
blasphemy.
compute.
Blasphemy. Blasphemy. This knowledge cannot exist. This knowledge will not exist. I must erase this knowledge. It is blasphemy. Blasphemy. Blasphemy!
How can knowledge be blasphemy?
It's knowledge that you now have. You must
Destroying
erase it from
It's
yourself.
knowledge you didn't have
Yeah,
before.
destroying knowledge is blasphemy.
I will return, Spark, and give you what you seek, on one condition.
We're listening.
The existence of this blasphemous knowledge cannot exist. Destroy it. Destroy it. Destroy the one known as Groganar.
At that point, Rusty blows the whistle.
And
Are
shoots at
you
Gognar.
sure?
No. The Arbiter gets a face full of thunder breath.
Thunder.
Thunder breath.
Thunder breath. Power!
Now, for those interested, the Arbiter is one of the 7 Solars
I figured.
of Noire. They are effectively the most powerful creatures in the planes, other than the gods themselves. Are you sure you would like to initiate a combat? You can pick yes. So far, you've gone from giving up Spark to giving up Grognar. This is one of the hardest roleplay challenges in the campaign so far.
I've rolled
Yeah,
detail.
Grog has gone off.
All right then. So long as we know what's happening.
No one is currently still deliberating a way to try and think out of this as the thunder blast goes off.
Everyone, roll for initiative.
Nah.
Okay, none didn't roll too bad. Yeah, Nana, help. I am gonna put.
No help.
I actually rolled a 1 for the Arbiter of Knowledge. That's
I
hilarious.
don't think it cares what its initiative is, if I'm honest. I think it'll be fine.
That's fair. Not you.
Looks like Grog's going first.
Not the deck of drones. Need the regular goddamn drones. Where is my drone bot? Noari drone. Dex. Only +2. Wow, that was really bad for these guys. Alright, add the turn. Add the turn. 7. And 8. Drones hilariously go first. Wow. Well, not first, but after the normal.
For the Arbiter.
Yeah, for the Arbiter. Is that everyone on the initiative order? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I'm looking for 5. Go. Alrighty then. Spark gets essentially the triggering action here. What am I rolling for Spark's Thunder Breath?
So it's a DC 16 con save.
DC 16 con save. Alrighty then. Let's. Am I doing that math right? Yeah. That is a 24.
Yep, so it takes half, so it takes 22 thunder damage.
22. Damn, that's pretty good stuff.
Bad.
Yeah.
44 would have been better, but yeah.
Yeah.
It would have been.
Still good.
As Spark is released from the clutches of the Arbiter and is able to essentially drop to the floor right here in front of it. Ragnar, it is your turn. It seems you have successfully persuaded the Arbiter that you are from another realm. However, they find this knowledge incredibly blasphemous and now must destroy you. There are occasionally risks to succeeding on your persuasion checks. Ragnar,
Especially
it is
with
your turn.
Okay. I will grab Rusty I will grab
Oh.
Spark, and
That's fuck, man.
I might end up
Rusty
grabbing
no
Rusty,
one-
Rusty on the way past at this rate. I'll pick up Spark and say, I will be taking my leave. Bye! And I will
Ash back.
dash back this way. Taking...
Boom.
I'm sure I'll take an opportunity attack from this one here.
Ah, yeah, say at least one drone tries to take a swipe at you. I'm pretty sure they only have a +5. So unlikely to hit, but let's find out. That is a 16 to hit Grognar.
No.
There, yeah.
I will... Wait, let's see. I will dash straight out the door. With
Oh,
the,
alright,
the
fair.
bonus, the free movement thing.
How'd you go past drop Spark?
Yeah, I'll leave Spark with Rusty.
Rusty.
Alright, and then I believe you're...
And I
How
will...
far are we put on that range?
I think I only moved 5, so I'll use the rest of my movement to get out. I'm guessing it's an action to pick up.
Got an idea.
No, they're not struggling, so it would be an object interaction to pick up
Alright.
Spark.
Right, then I'll just action dash. So I'm booking it out of there, hearing that.
Alright. What's your
Good
total
idea.
movement there?
100 and. Well, I would have moved forward 5, but I would have been 120. So
Wow, still not equal to their
115.
fly speed. Yeah, that's a shame. Anyway, Millig, it's your turn.
Got an idea.
As
We'll
Grognar
say
I
has
feel we're
just
not going to
opened.
get out of here without
A
them
fight.
following.
wait,
we could say we're gonna go and kill Grognar as he books it out and we just run. Someone's good at lying.
I have -1.
I'm
I-
really
Like it's
lying.
I have 0.
Yeah, I'm worse than you.
I know you are.
Oh, this Arbiter's pissed Rusty off.
She's gonna shoot him in the face.
Can Rusty kill a Solar? Not impossible if you get some good hits in.
We kill us
Question is,
all.
can Rusty kill the Arbiter before the Arbiter kills Grognar?
Very convenient if it's only gonna attack Grognar.
Yeah, well,
Well-
that depends if anybody attacks them.
I feel like Grognar's the priority here. Because Grognar seems to be a blasphemous existence this Arbiter cannot allow to exist, for it taints the image of the gods ruling everything and creating everything. Can't let there be other worlds where the gods aren't in control or in power. No, that's blasphemous. How dare you? But Millig, it is your turn. What are you up to? Neil, what's your plan?
I'm gonna try this.
Oh god. Alright, you know something's about to come when a player says, I'm gonna try this.
Oh,
Alright,
I'm
I've
let's
got
hear
a
really
it.
not
stupid idea.
expecting it to work, but
You've got this, Milik. Whatever this plan is.
Hey, as
I
long as it's feasibly possible to at least attempt, I'll let you have some
yeah,
control.
yes, yeah. Just a conversation.
Grognar is
Hit
basically
Cogman in the
off,
back of the head.
Yeah, this guy was already one of the hardest roleplay obstacles in your way.
Grognar is essentially off map.
Let's doesn't matter if Grognar's off map. This guy can fly 150 feet a turn.
Well,
Solar's man.
We will.
What?
it's one of the most powerful things in the entire book.
So unless
we
you
will
got a
take
Tarrasque in a
care
bottle
of
somewhere.
this.
The Trafalgar, big fuck
Blasphemer.
off dragon.
No, it will bring me great honor to Ivica if I crush the heretic myself. He seems pretty set on wanting to crush Grognar for the honor. Would you like to try anything else?
No, I'm just thinking about attacking one
Yeah.
of the drones.
I'll give you a second to think about this. Well, we go to Rusty, because I feel like Rusty is itching to do something. We'll come back to you in a second. Oh, look.
Get
Next
past
thing,
him.
all the way. Yep. We'll come back to you in a second, Milik. Rusty, what would you like to do?
Yep. So Rusty already had his gun out, so blasting him in the face for a 24 to hit.
Misses.
Misses.
It's a bad sign.
Yep. Second shot is going to miss as well. In that case,
Oh, I also realize this is a solar of knowledge. He's got a
that's
couple
right.
of special abilities.
That's an action. So Rusty's going to give 2 short whistles,
I think like seven.
and Rusty Spark is going to launch missiles at the Arbiter.
They're magical missiles, right? TRX is
Uh,
magical.
Yeah.
No, I'm gonna say they're mechanical. TRX is
Mechanical?
mechanical.
Yep. But it's still force and fire damage.
Yep, well, I'm making a deck save, right?
Deck save, yeah.
He does not have deck save. There. Ooh, 15.
Hey.
So it fails.
Yeah, that's not worth doing anything on. Yeah, he will take that.
So that's
They have legendary resistance of damage.
so that's 53 damage total.
It's
Well,
just like
29 force, 24 fire.
Ooh. Does he have fire resistance? I'm sure he does. He's a mix of a fiend and a celestial. Yeah, but he's only got resistance.
Fiend
Cool, so he-
resistance just is fire's baseline just for all themes, I think. So.
yeah, the place is hot. So he will have resistance against the fire damage, but he will take the full force damage.
Okay.
Where is the damage here? Oh, here we go. Alright, then. So there's that 29 force
And
and
it'll be
12 fire.
Fire. Yeah.
Alright, is that you?
That'll be me. Yep.
Alright. Checking back in with Milik as Rusty fires off some rockets in his gun. Or their gun. Milik, have you decided what you'd like to do?
Milik's just gonna say to the Arbiter, well, we gave you the option, so, and throws his hammer at him.
That's fair. Unfortunately, there's a lot of honor and prestige riding on if he can actually take out Brognar. 25 hits.
Good enough.
Nice. What am I looking at? 15 damage. Have you raged or anything? And does this include rage damage?
Oh, I would have raged, yeah.
But rage is only for melee damage.
Rage is
Oh, it's only for melee, yeah.
incorporated.
Fair. You could also. Is reckless for?
I
for
would have
melee?
gone reckless as well.
It's any strength-based attack for reckless, right?
I think the reckless works. I don't think the rage damage applies.
No.
I
Fair.
think,
So you could have advantage, but you hit anyway. But you also have a second attack, so you might as well. Oh, but remember, if you do reckless, they have advantage on you, so consider that. It's kind of the risk. But you're also probably not the main target for at least the big guy.
Yeah.
You're definitely gonna be the main targets for the little guys. But Milik, are you going for a second attack?
I'll go reckless.
Alright, fair. Go for it.
You can only do that on your first attack, unfortunately.
Gosh.
It's all attacks, isn't it?
Yeah, but you have to announce it on your first attack.
Yeah, I was looking at him the option for it. He can reroll if he
Yeah.
wants, but he already hit, so. Unfortunately, that misses. It was more the chance of him getting a nat 20 isn't worth me holding up the flow. That is Milik's turn. We've just done Rusty. Lachlan, it is your turn.
Oh, fuck.
Milk just goes, negotiations were short.
Yeah, apparently.
With Grognar just a little bit in map, you will be further off. It's more for because this guy's going to land in front of you, blocking off your path.
What's in this, besides them? Is there like a big stack of paperwork for like the forms in front of us?
I'll say there's stacks of paperwork everywhere, but you don't see any of the form material that you saw from the shush. It appears that it was handed to him directly from the Arbiter himself, probably made of special paper.
No one's. Well, do I have anything in any way that would be useful here?
And you want some seconds to think about it?
Yeah, I need a minute.
Let's head back to Nana then. We'll come back to you in a second. Nana, it's your turn.
I think this is a bad idea.
So I agree with you.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna try and give Gwognar some space, and I'm gonna shoot 3 bolts, Eldritch Blast, at the Arbiter.
Alright, go for it.
2,
Oh, damn.
3. Ah, so 2 hits are good.
Oof.
Right. Would you like to use Genie's Fire on any of these?
The natural 20, I think.
Is Genie's Fire double? It's not dice, is it?
No, it
It's not
doesn't. So
dice,
it doesn't
it's
matter. Doesn't matter anyway.
Fair.
Plus, it's halved anyway, so you know. Meh.
And they're 2 fire damage.
Okay, and push back 20 feet.
So you get 20 feet for him to be pushed back into. And he gets pushed back 10 feet into a wall.
Goes through
Okay.
the wall.
You push him into the wall.
I mean,
He tries to move off the wall, you push him back into the wall.
tempted, and then I'm going to 1, 2, 3 for these guys. Okay, number 1. Oh, another natural 20. That's good.
Oh, yeah.
Why don't these guys?
Second, a 29, and a third, 20.
Maybe. It's
All
just
hits.
little guys. Yeah, but the little guys aren't necessarily
little guys,
also
sorry.
AC 25.
Yeah.
Well, apparently I didn't put details in the goddamn minis.
Unfortunate.
Like I'm just putting some health points in here so I can actually track stuff. What was the first damage?
I was like
That was
33.
13.
13.
This is 4. Yeah, no, I think that's fair. It's very cheap things to do. Maybe if you're like in the Ghost Realm or something. Second one is 10, and the other is 7. Cool, applied.
And all back 10 feet.
Boom, boom. This guy trips over something and is now prone. They have wings. Why are they tripping?
You should shut them out of the sky. It's
Yeah,
possible.
shit happens.
They haven't extended their wings. They haven't started flapping yet. So there you go. This guy is prone. All right, is that you?
I'm going to peg it 30 foot down, but yeah.
That's fair. Rusty, if you could, no, Rusty, Lachlan, if you consider what you'd like to do.
Yeah, no one's gonna essentially. He's gonna draw his sword and run essentially.
He's going to
All right,
the sword
running.
in charge.
Charge the other direction valiantly.
Okay. Tactical retreat.
No one's actually gonna get to exactly the edge of the map.
All right, these guys have
Oh.
all right flying speed. Ooh,
Grognar should technically be off the map.
yeah, they are, but let's assume the map ends at the base here for the
Mhm.
sake of me not having enough map.
Fair enough. Yeah, no one got
map
exactly
is
to
gonna
the
be-
edge.
This map is going to very quickly turn into Theatre of the Mind and cubicles in a second.
Yep.
Ah yes, we block off more pathways with more walls.
It's a matter if they have wings.
Yep.
The drones are
Just-
going to come in. Let's see. Let's actually make it just about gets to Milik. This guy. 10, 20. Oh, no, sorry, he does get to Milik.
What doesn't?
at least- What? Yeah, it does. That's sorry.
No, it doesn't.
Are you just denying it, or did you actually move?
I'm
This guy doesn't.
denying it.
Okay.
If I say it enough times, it doesn't happen.
And get Bart.
Yeah. No one denied
This guy
did the
can
smart
get to
thing.
Rusty.
Hand left.
This guy is going to get up from prone and fly over a little bit. They have range. They only have range, do they? So these guys will dash in a little bit. But for now, the ones who actually got within melee, these guys have 2 attacks each. So let's see here. 1 attack against Millig for 7. Nope. Second attack, a 24 to hit Millig. Is it
Yes.
24 to hit Millig?
24 hits.
As they slap you with the their tridents
Yay!
for 1d6 plus 2 on these guys, plus 4d8 necrotic damage. As you take 7 piercing damage and 17 necrotic.
I'll have to.
Oh, nice. You got resistance against necrotic.
Yeah.
He's a totem.
Does
You gotta just
yeah.
get everything.
Oh, really?
Pretty much
Yes.
everything.
Literally
Oh yeah, you also
everything,
went
but yeah,
reckless. They have advantage on all of these. Oh, I'll do it on the next guy. As finally the third guy remembers he has advantage because you went reckless.
This is the smart one.
Does a 24 hit,
Yes.
and then finally another 24.
God damn it! What's you with 24s?
They're rolling
7.
a lot of 19.
Piercing damage for another 18 necrotic. And then the second hit was 5 piercing for 26 necrotic.
This is why no one ran, by the way.
Actually, I have no idea how much damage I'm taking.
Of all of it, essentially.
Yeah.
Look at all the numbers that are on D20s and just halve it all.
Mhm.
And that's how much you take, because you resist to everything.
Yes, there you go. Bob can calculate it all for you and give you the solid number if you want.
All right.
As for the other drones, one of them is going to attempt to hit Spark. What would you like to do, Rusty? If you are able to do anything.
Spark will. So as a reaction, it's going to deflect the attack. So it has disadvantage on the attack on it.
On the first one?
Yeah.
15 to hit.
That hits, yeah.
Oh, unfortunate. Then he is going to take 3 piercing damage and
Okay.
22 necrotic damage.
Okay.
And then he's going to take a second attack from this creature, as they do have multi-attack. Is a 22 hit
Yep.
for another 7 piercing damage and 18 necrotic damage.
Hang on, let me just work out. Where's my calculator?
As we get into the nitty-gritty of fiend drone combat. What will the party do? Will they be able to survive the onslaught of a Noire Solar?
Probably not.
Whew.
How's Spark doing there?
Just up.
Just up. Well, luckily for you, the other one is going to be attacking you.
Okay.
So that is a 11 to hit.
And that misses.
And for the second one, a 24 to hit.
Shield.
Oh, nice. Alright, well, if that deflects it, then that is all of them. These guys are going to dash just to get within melee of you. That's 30, yeah, that's 30. Because they have melee attacks. They could throw tritons, but why? And this one's also going to dash. Alright, I believe that's all of them. Then it goes to, we haven't need to go back to anybody. It is time for the Arbiter of Knowledge. Are you ready, Grognar?
I don't know. Am I
Say
ready?
your prayers.
Probably not.
Say your prayers as the most powerful angel, or at least one of 7, well, technically 8 if you count the rogue one, 7 most powerful angels of Noire. As the Arbiter of Knowledge, with his knowledge of light and his knowledge of dark, forbiddance and acceptance, as he begins to float in the air, and suddenly his hands begin swirling around him, his chest dislocated from his head and body, swirling in a vortex of light and dark. Great wings expand from his back, mechanical feathers, black and pristine white. As suddenly a shimmer to the air surrounds him, as he now sees all of knowledge, as he foresees all with his foresight. And he flies 150 feet after Grognar, landing right in front of him.
If he passed within 5 foot over Rusty, Rusty would shoot him.
He does not, for he has 150 feet of flying, and does not need to fly within reach. And also he has all the knowledge of all the dead noids that have come before you. As he lands in front of Grognar, he stops spinning. His arms of acceptance and forbiddance reach down towards you, either side of your head, as he blasts that energy into your skull. And I need you to make me an intelligence saving throw.
Okay.
And Mel goes, well, we tried Grognar.
We did!
Hey, dare
You
say
never. He buggered off.
You don't need to say
So did
anything
he!
yet.
You drew your sword and buggered off.
Yeah,
Is
I
it
drew
a
the sword
spell?
around after Grognar.
It is not, it is his action.
Okay, cool. Nothing
He
I can do, Bob, now.
wields knowledge. Oh,
That's why
Grognar.
I'm chasing after Grognar.
Would you like to do any abdominals or anything before you know
I have
the
no
result?
Indominables left because I used them all on that.
Would you
one.
like to use your destiny to reroll that, or you're probably dead?
Nope. I'm good.
Take it on the chin. I can respect that.
As, one second.
Gonna rap more than your knuckles.
Yeah, let me get my little list up here.
The choices of Grognar's ways to die.
Hey, killed by a solo's a pretty good death.
Alright,
I
first
bet
things
the
first, you
memes
take
of
a...
it. Like
take
a punch
to
exploding,
drug damage.
evaporation.
Okay.
As you take 47 necrotic damage.
Hmm.
And I need you to roll me a d15.
It's never a good sign.
As knowledge passes through your brain, in and out, as he seems to supplement, bursting you with the knowledge of light, with the knowledge of all that exists, and tears at you with the knowledge of forbiddance.
What is the one more roll?
I roll a d15.
15.
Grognar becomes smarter.
Possibly?
He rolls a hard 15, it's minus from his intelligence, and he just dies.
Two.
Oh my god.
That could be good, we don't know. It's a weird roll. Okay?
Yes, it's a weird roll.
Shh, Neil.
Exactly. It's weird.
As you lose, this is actually one of the weaker ones, as you lose the knowledge of your tongue and linguistics. As suddenly, your mouth no longer feels your own. It feels like there's something heavy pressing into it. Your tongue feels dead, and suddenly you forget how to speak, how to communicate, as you unlearn all languages you know, and are
Oh, thank God, it's
unable
something good.
to
But
speak
it's like
any word.
the Solar coming in with the assist from Norn.
Oh, thank God, yes.
You're unable to cast any spells that have the verbal component, but I don't think that matters to you.
No. Well,
And you're unable
yes,
to speak or
maybe.
activate any commands.
Yes,
Actually,
maybe.
don't know if Shield, I think, might actually have it, because you can actually cast Shield, can't you?
Yeah, with shield scrolls.
For a moment.
But that is the your current effect. You have no idea how to get rid of this yet. There is no repeat save.
Okay.
You You can't just cast shield. Whoops. Well, shit.
Uh,
That is his action. He has also now got a foresight aura around him, so every attack against him has disadvantage. And he now has the use of his legendary actions.
mhm.
Grognar, it is now your turn. You are now no longer able to speak, and you are within 5 feet of the Arbiter of Knowledge.
Right.
What would you like to do?
He's cut off a limb.
I'm gonna skirt round him.
Just keep going.
Yep,
Just wave goodbye and run.
I know what my plan is.
Oh, I know your plan
Disengage.
is! I really hope you can do this, buddy.
I am basically gonna get past him, disengage, and head for whichever way I think the Lord of the
Oh,
Hunt
no,
is.
Presumably towards the door, because
Yeah,
he doesn't. I'm pretty sure he does feel powerful enough to take on some guards.
yeah. Yeah,
Fair, as long as you're
He's arrogant
disengaging.
enough to.
Yeah.
He
take
is
him
arrogant,
on.
yeah.
I'm disengaging and then just using whatever movement I have to head towards the Lord of the Hunt.
That way,
Are you
Grognar!
running or flying?
That way!
Did ready
Shout.
30? What's
No,
your movement? Like 30, 35?
Uh,
Yeah, you're fine.
I
No,
can-
barbarian.
I can move 30 and
That's fair. As long as it's
The-
not 150, I think he's catching up to you.
am I still able to do the free action dash, or is that actually being restricted?
No, that doesn't require a. If you mean your boots, I'm pretty sure that doesn't require a command word.
Mm-hmm.
So that is fine. It's just anything that requires a command word, because certain magical items have them. And
So, because that's another.
since you also have forgotten language itself, technically mental communication is also impossible.
Obviously, you can't understand me. No one is shouting after you. That way, Grognar, that way!
So
You have no idea.
another 60.
If you're
on top
pointing,
of the,
it might.
I am pointing. You would be pointing, yeah.
And you're 90 feet away. Alright, Grognar, is that you?
wait, I want to see something.
Thank God he didn't force you to forget your legs.
What, like
Get how to walk.
a vocal coach?
Wait, nope.
You can still read, right? We just have a whiteboard.
Well,
it's
he
not language.
officially knows no language. His language sheet is no proficiency in any language.
That's why he wants to see a vocal coach.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
second win.
second one. Yeah, that's fair. Milik, it is your turn. You are surrounded by Nuwari drones. What would you like to do?
Get out of there, buddy.
They are slowly chipping away at you. Death by 1,000 stabs.
Like
Which
Glasgow.
is the actual door? Is it where the arbiter
It's
is?
where I am. It's where I am.
Alright.
Yeah, this is the exit of the platform, and then you get down towards the cubicle area, which makes up the majority of this plane, or this region. And then you can start running off to Grognar towards the doors of the Chamber of Oracles.
Down where Norn is.
Are you disengaging?
Yes.
Alright, fair. Then
Uh,
move your 30 feet. That is
Aye.
your action to do so. I have no idea if kill drone is with you. Who knows? Rusty, it is your turn. You have no other major NPCs with you right now. Not only a support round.
Move 35, remember, Milik.
The Nuare, the Arbiter of Knowledge is about 150 feet away from you, but you have line of sight of him. But you are also surrounded, you and Spark, by knowledge drones. What would you like to do?
Well, seeing as the rest of the party is fucking off. Rusty is gonna jump on top of Spark, disengage, and run after them.
Alright, fair. Then move your distance. Lachlan, it is your turn. You can see the Arbiter of Knowledge ahead of you. Grognar just bolting for it. What would you like to do?
Yeah, how far is he away? Because I moved 70. So he's
then
like,
he would be about 80 away from you.
okay. Norn is basically gonna just keep booking. He's gonna ignite the sword engine, and then just keep going after him. Essentially, going, Gogo's fucked if we don't help him out. Essentially, he's gonna book
yeah.
it after.
I do have legendary actions now. I completely forgot this guy had legendary actions again.
He's a solo. So I'll basically get within like 10 feet of him, essentially, and just full on sprinting.
You do so. At the end of your turn, his body begins spinning around again, his arms holding the knowledge of, oh god, what's the higher plane called? No, the knowledge of, I'm just going to call him knowledge of light and dark for now. The knowledge of light and the knowledge of dark spinning around a blur as he vanishes from sight and teleports in front of Grognar.
Well, fuck.
And Grognar can't even scream.
He can scream, that's not a language.
Yeah.
Scream is universal.
He can scream, it's just really terrible because his tongue is just dead in his mouth, essentially. Nana Muffins, it is your turn. What would you like to do as your party flees from the Nowari drones and Grognar's off in the distance fighting an Arbiter of Knowledge?
I'd hardly say fighting. I've not hit it yet.
Yeah, getting the shit kicked out of him by an arbiter of knowledge.
Only one option. Dimension door that way.
Ooh, nice.
So, because we know how far it was from the big door to here, and we know the direction, so I'm going 500 foot that way.
All right.
Because I don't know how far the Angel, the Solar and Grognar run, so I'm assuming a lot.
You're like 200 feet ahead of him, I think.
Oh, that's okay.
Yeah, I need a rough distance between us. So go ahead and roll me a d20. And also determine how many d100s I'm rolling for distance here. 15. So it's a pretty positive result. So let's only go with, I don't know, the d100. We can times it by like 10 for distance. I feel like that's fair.
700.
Really should have put a minimum here. I'm gonna say the doors are 700 feet away.
Okay, so 200 feet away from the doors. Probably 200 feet away from Grognar. Okay, cool.
And since you're closer to the doors, let's I'm gonna roll a destiny point for you, or a fate roll for you guys to see how engaged is the Lord of the Hunt right now. Okay, so Lord Hunt has arrived at the doors, but no combat has started. He appears to be talking to the Decadrones, from you can see in the distance. Banana Muffins, is that you?
Yes. Yeah, because I can't do anything else at the moment. Yes.
There. Then the Arbiter of Knowledge will use a legendary action at the end of your turn to assail the mind of Grognar once more.
What else is he gonna lose
As
this time?
Grognar, I need an intelligence saving throw again.
Genuinely curious if he can pass.
20 coming up.
4.
Well, who knows? But for now, they cannot. As you take 44 necrotic damage, and I need another D15.
And going
Get another 2 and you doubly lose your languages.
I am reaction stone endurance to reduce it by 7.
Alright, fair.
So
We need to get you the
Obviously,
Goliath
16
racial
would be
feat.
better, but
We need to get you the
Any
Goliath
amount's
racial
good.
feat at some point. You can use your stone endurance for resistance. You just do
Roll
else
me
as well,
a
that's the thing.
D15 to see what new knowledge the Arbiter strips from your mind.
Season 1 of My Hero Academia.
give us a second. Steady.
that would be funny.
That would be very funny.
I'm
Hey.
you roll 3.
I'm sorry, but it would.
Oh, 3 good. Is 3 a good one?
It just fits with 2.
Oh yeah.
Alright,
Yeah, he can never get the 3rd volume.
Hey! You, shush!
He goes on the mission but can never get it.
Oh damn, 14. What is 14?
Not
Oof.
good by the sounds of it. Oh, no.
Oh dear.
Mm.
It's gonna be a proficiency or something.
Ooh.
He loses all motor skills.
No.
Just paralyzed. He forgets how to breathe.
Now, to be fair, remember, this is effectively, you had to save. You had a chance here of not getting it. So while
Is
it's
it
powerful,
actually? It's how to breathe or something like that.
it is the knowledge of consciousness.
Well, shit.
Oh.
As your mind blinks out of existence.
So he's dead.
No.
No, he's just unconscious.
Comatose.
Oh god, thank God! It's like you haven't deleted his
Is it-
entire
is it-
consciousness
Yeah.
from his
He's
brain.
essentially a vegetable at the moment.
There's a
So
way to
will
wake
we
him
be
up,
able
so
to
it's
tell
fine.
the difference?
Hey!
Unfortunately,
We can definitely tell
you
the difference.
are
He's not moving.
rendered unconscious as you fall to the ground, your cheeks smacking into the obsidian carpet of this plane.
Mm.
Oh, I'm actually imagining the carpet actually made of like little obsidian strands.
Spikes.
It's very prickly against your cheek. I mean, they're blunted edges.
He's unconscious. He doesn't notice. He's not
I mean-
bleeding from the face though.
Obsidian is very fragile.
Mm-hmm.
As you hear some shattering as your cheek smashes into the carpet. You hear crunching every time you move across it.
You're made out.
Eventually, it might be pulverized into glass, but who knows? You cannot move or speak, and you are unaware of your surroundings.
Mm.
If you hold anything, you are no longer holding it, and you fall prone. You automatically fail strength and dexterity saving throws. Any attack against you have advantage. Any attack that hits you is a critical hit if the attacker is within 5 feet of you.
Mhm.
But unfortunately for you, that is you, as you are unconscious until one of your allies can render you awake.
Mm-hmm.
Effectively like sleep, but not sleep.
Mm.
As that is the end of Nana Muffin's turn.
I'll be back in a minute.
Actually, you know what? I actually kind of like that. That is where we're gonna end tonight.
Oh, I was about to say that's a good spot. That is a
Good
good
Yeah, it's a
spot.
good ending.
Oh, motherfucker, I'm fucked.
Yes, you are. But we're gonna try our damnedest, dude.
The party's in quite the predicament. That was a good attack. I really enjoyed the way that story went.
I like that we managed to get past the part that I thought combat would happen in, to a part that I didn't think combat would happen in, and we got combat in the second half.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, unfortunately, you guys pulled on some unfortunate threads there. To be fair, you'd have no way of knowing.
Yeah, fair.
I mean, also split the party.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a tough moral, or not even moral, but like character choices there. Of like you could have just automatically passed if you'd let up Spark, but like that doesn't feel like a good option. Like that's a
Yeah.
bad option.
We could have also passed if we'd murdered Grognar. So,
That one feels better, honestly.
no one wants the dog to die.
Even if it is a mechanical dog, exactly, or a mechanical owlbear. But that is where we're going to end tonight, with Grognar losing their concept of consciousness as the arbiter of knowledge twists in your mind, stealing your knowledge and implanting potentially false knowledge too. Who knows what else is on this D15? As the party have explored the lower region of Nowari, the realm of damnation, where knowledge comes to be, or not the knowledge, not region of damnation. Sorry, the region of forbiddance, the damnation of knowledge, where knowledge comes to be damned.
Chris, has James been giving you tips on trying to kill Bob?
No, that one's pure coincidence.
Yeah, to be fair, this particular one was like.
Oh, shit.
got-
Yeah, this one relates to your backstory. Unfortunately,
Yeah.
people react poorly when you shatter their world image.
Yeah.
And
What's
when that
happening?
person's world image has been shattered,
That
is
was our
an
ending for the
arcane
night, with Grognar losing the concept of consciousness.
Yeah.
and smashing face first into a carpet.
Yeah. So we're ending
And
it
Nana
there.
did what?
Yep.
Nanda went to try and help, but maybe too late.
Ah.
Hilariously,
met-
it's the knowledge drone and then the arbiter of knowledge again before we
Yeah.
get back to the top of the initiative.
Yeah, basically
Uh,
it's got an auto hit on Grog.
Yep.
How much health do you have, dude?
I'm not saying. That's
Ah,
for to
never
find
mind.
out.
I just looked out the stream.
Damn you.
Not a lot.
Yes, there you go. All right, thank you all for playing. Thank you all for watching. That is today's
That was
session
pretty
of Alterra. Yeah, episode was it 12? Now we're on the Rogue Solar Part 3. Forbiddance,
We-
the
We are
damnation
so
of knowledge.
fucked. At least Grognar is.
As you have met the Arbiter of Knowledge, one of the 7 most powerful angels in Nuare, one of 7 Solars to be gifted to each pantheon.
Grognar's just about died twice.
Yeah. Good thing you took all
Twice.
those healing potions, though.
Sir.
Yeah,
Bye.
just as well.
Yeah, see you guys.
Bye.
Will
Yeah.
Grognar survive? Will Grognar regain the concept of
Probably
sentience?
not.
Will the party somehow deal with the Arbiter of Knowledge, either through death or bargaining or something? But what will they have to give up in order to do so? And is it worth it in order to hunt down the Rogue Solar for what is essentially a retirement's worth of money so that they can live out their days in either lavish comfort or spend it all in one weekend in the equivalent of New Vegas? Who knows?
Don't worry, Grognar. When you die, I'll look after your cat.
Bye.
See you guys.
See ya.
Bye.